Good day, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday's Q&A. We're back. I missed you last week. Sarah was on, so
That's
I'm
right.
happy to be back with you all today.
Yep, she got scared. She thought she lost her job.
No, I was busy training a certification course.
Oh, really?
So, you know,
Oh, okay. All right.
had
So
to hand over the baton for the day.
That's right. And we just finished, didn't we?
Yeah, we just finished today. So today was the last day of the Wolfe Non-Surgical certification. It was so amazing. Everybody did awesome. We have some amazing practitioners coming your way. So stay tuned to hear about everybody who's going to be practicing in your neighborhood.
Yeah, and this is how it works with us. You know, you come for 21 days, and if that's been your passion and your purpose, we're going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're even going to build your website for you.
Totally.
And we're going to prove that after that 21 days that you're more qualified than somebody that's had years of training, because it's all about technique, it's all about strategy, and understand something. That which created the whole universe, whether you believe in God, source, creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was never meant to be that difficult.
No.
And unless the patient becomes the practitioner, this world's never going to heal. Unless you understand that it's self-care, not healthcare, not healthcare.
Mm-mm.
And if you don't understand that it's self-love, it's not just love, because we know that if it was love, we'd be there already. You know, I got to tell you something. I talked to some people in the last few days, and this is true. I'm never going to make up a story. And I cannot believe, especially you women out there, and I don't mean you women, but the women out there, you're just so amazing. You know, I've talked to a few of them, and just in emails. You've got your families doing the 12 Braveheart steps. You've taken the initiative. You joined up Braveheart for free because it's free right now. You're doing the homework. You're pushing forward. You know, I just want to know where the men are.
Yeah.
They're on
Really?
strike. You know, they're on strike. They think that going to war is what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still going to war with themselves. They're going to war with their families. You know, they're not good enough. They can't make enough money. You know what? If the men are the protectors, then why aren't they protecting the home?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they protecting that only love and health come in the home?
Mm-hmm.
No. You know what? This week I had so many issues with women that are trying to make steps and men that are trying to knock those steps out,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
What is it with you guys? I really don't get it. I don't. What is it? Is it some kind of a genetic problem?
Well, we know it's not a genetic problem. I think it's a losing of masculinity in a way, but also women taking masculine roles, which personally, this is just my opinion, I think women should really come back into their feminine power and not have to take on such masculine roles. I think it's beautiful to be a feminist. I don't really even like that word either, but I think that women coming into that role, and that's when we started to see that real change with relationships and men, was when women started not being stay-at-home moms as much and taking care of the family, and they started the kids being taken care of by nannies and different things like this. That's when I really noticed a change.
Well, there's some other stories to that too.
For sure. There always is.
There's you can go back 5,000 years.
Yeah.
And you can take a look at some religious sectors that basically castrated women.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and then we can take a look at how men no longer have to protect the home
Mm-hmm.
from being attacked.
Yeah.
Right? And now, but the home is being attacked, guys. It's called Wi-Fi.
Well, and everything, food and
Yeah.
systems and whatever
But they're
it
not
is.
doing anything about
They
it.
just don't think, they think those systems were put in place to protect them and their family. So they don't think they have to, but we got to protect ourselves from those systems.
I think it's kind of obvious. You know. So, you know, men, you need to do your homework. You need to do your research. You need to find out what's good for your family to eat. Now that you don't go out and kill it, why don't you find out what's killing your family?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right. Let's start.
All right. So we are going to start. I'm just going to go over some of our little newsletter information for y'all. So if you are
for you all.
For y'all, I'm getting I did that on purpose.
We're going
the
to
next
San
thing
Antonio.
I'm saying is we're coming to San Antonio, Texas.
That's right.
So y'all, if you're in San Antonio, Texas, we will be there in February.
That's right.
Or anywhere near the area.
So listen, if you've been hesitating about joining us for our 21-day or to come out and do the deep tissue and the non-surgical, or just to come to the whole life coach certification, do not hesitate, especially you women. again, I say that, come out, take the course, find out how it brings back the power to not just heal yourself, but your family. Okay.
And all right. And then we're in Kelowna again. So Kelowna, BC will be in April. And then we will be in Palm Springs, California in June, and Orlando in September. And those are the ones that are solidified. Those ones are for sure, but we will be booking more. And then we do have some upcoming shows coming your way. So tomorrow we have a really awesome segment coming, 5 days in a row. So we have tomorrow, it's called 5G Terminator. So that's tomorrow, November 23rd at 3 p.m. All shows will be at 3 p.m. Sunday, November 24th, we have EMF Crystal Protection with Peter Webb. And that's all about the pendants. And then, so these are the bodyguards. And then we have the crystal protector that you can keep in your home. So that's going to be talking all about those. And then we have on Monday, November 25th, we have cell phones and brain cancer with Dr. Howard Fisher. Tuesday, November 26th is Revitalize the Farm with Peter Webb. And then on Wednesday, November 27th, The Real Indiana Jones with Amazon John.
You know what? I think we're a real TV station now.
Seriously, this is awesome. I love this.
All right.
These are going to be really good shows, you guys. So be excited about this. Lots of awesome information.
Okay, so Amazon John, he's actually going to talk about how he went into the Amazon way up the river, how their boat flipped over. Then they went to find this tribe, got into the tribe, and then the tribe, I'll make it really just a little tidbit. They found his camera, and they were able to turn it on. And you remember when they had the cassettes back then?
Yep.
This is a long time ago. And it started moving. Well, the witch doctor told everybody in the tribe that the only way that camera could turn those wheels is from the oil from their skin, and he was there to kill them. Wow. So they were going to kill him. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
You have to watch to find out the rest of the story. So that one will be Wednesday, November 27th. Yeah. All right. So ready to get to some questions?
Let's do it.
First up from Denise Snyder, live from Facebook. What causes brain fog?
Well, all this blue light would be doing a pretty good job.
Yep.
But the main thing that causes brain fog is dehydration of the brain. What's that from?
Well, for sure, lack of hydration, lack of structured water. You need to hydrate your body. Your brain needs that hydration.
The first thing that goes is in dehydration is your brain. Okay, because your brain is a power-hungry monster. It never sleeps. It's always on the go. And that's why you got to handpick every belief that's in there, because if you're not, you're terrorizing yourself all the time. I'm not good enough. The world's ending. My husband doesn't love me. We'll never have enough money. And oh yes, and I'm a sinner, and I'm probably never going to see those pearly gates. So you got to take a look. And I'm not downing any of these beliefs. I'm just trying to tell you that how much do you believe you need to suffer to be a good person?
And if we're not hydrating enough, especially with all the blue light computers, everybody's around some sort of technological device. So it is frying your brain. So if you're not protecting all your cells with structured water, then you're frying your brain and your cells. The structured water will actually protect you.
And structured water actually gets rid of the frequencies from blue light and 5G. Isn't that something? Now, this is research, so think about it. So you can do Berkey water, you can do Kangen water, you can do reverse osmosis, distilled water, but it's never going to do what structured water does. And structured water is the most simplest device you'll ever buy in your life, but it's too simple, right? It's too easy. Okay.
Yeah. And another couple things, gluten is going to cause brain fog. Dairy products are going to cause brain fog, and refined carbohydrates and sugars are going to cause that. So making sure you're following a perfect day diet and really focusing on clean eating.
And also, just so you know, on Monday, we have, you want to talk about 5G and brain fog. We have 12 Wi-Fis, and they're usually $1,400, I think. And they're 40% off. So when they're gone, they're gone.
That's for the Black Friday sale.
Friday, but pretty well everything is going to be on sale on Friday. We have stuff on sale right now.
Yeah.
All of you make essential oils, a lot of that stuff.
It's for VIP
But
sign up.
Monday,
right?
VIP today.
Yeah.
Those who signed up, but on Monday everything goes on sale.
Yeah. So, and then of course, for more information on brain fog, all of these shows about the EMF and everything, we'll talk about it too.
Yeah,
so make sure you watch the shows.
We're talking about really, really intelligent people on these shows. Okay.
Yeah. Next question is from Don Miranda, live from YouTube. A list of how to use all the products is a great idea. There are so many uses that some of us don't know about. If you go into the Detox library and download the Perfect Day, at the back of the Perfect Day, it has a full product guide of all the benefits and how to use all the products. So it's already there for you.
Yeah. And just so you know, we also have the Perfect Day. It's shot in there. It's about 2 hours.
The video. Yep.
But when I get back in 2 weeks, because I got a lot of traveling to do and trainings, and also I'm going to go have Christmas dinner with Ty Bollinger.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, and then I'll be back home, and then we're going to reshoot the Perfect Day.
Yeah.
We're going to keep on bringing our video stuff higher and higher, more professional, more to the point for you, and we're going to do videos. I don't know if you noticed this, but we're going to do stuff that is called Take Action. Like 98% of all our stuff is not about sales.
No. No, we're just educating, and we just are teaching about how to have the healthiest body.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to bring some products into there because we need some supplementation with the world we live in now.
And the rents do.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right. Next question from Henry from Facebook asks, my doctor says I have acute hereditary restless leg syndrome, and there is nothing I can do to fix it because it's genetic.
Tell your doctor, first of all, before you go any further, I want your doctor to come on my show. I want your doctor to come on my show. I want your doctor to come on my show because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Isn't that something? 12 years of education, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I will tell you right now that I will send you to one of my practitioners that took my certification training for 21 days, and they'll get rid of that. And there is no such thing as acute hereditary, okay? There's no such thing. He made that up. Oh, wait a minute. No, the pharmaceutical companies make up everything. You know what? The funniest thing is, I want you to do this, but we can be reading something, and you know what? I've been in the business for 40 years, and somebody will say, do you know what this means? Okay? And it's a new disease or it's a new drug. And you know what? You never have to feel foolish again because these guys are making new stuff up every day to make me look foolish and you look foolish, and only they're smart enough. Well, guess what? Every bloody doctor has to go and look at his newsletter and go, okay, there's a new disease. It's called this. There's a new drug for it called this. Okay, there's the therapy.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when I would go to the medical doctor and you'd come with something and they'd pull out the big book, Merck manual, I guess. And they would go, oh, yeah, it's got to be this one. They just give you a name of something.
And I'm not downing this, okay? I'm not downing the amazing doctors that are out there saving lives. Okay?
No, that's not who we're never doing that.
No, well, I don't know about that. We'll try not
to. With restless leg syndrome, though, to help with that, structured water, of course, that's number one because it's a neurological problem that we're looking at.
It's inflammation of the nerves. It's inflammation of the nerves. So understand
and
something.
It's a bit of an anxiety thing, too, because the constant needing to move could be triggered by some anxiety or stress as well.
Remember Ace in the course?
Yep.
The first day, he's shaking his leg like this, and I go, how often do you do that? And he goes, I always do. I said, get ready for Parkinson's disease or nervous disorder, a nervous system disorder, because that's what you're going to have.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're shaking your leg or not, if you're shaking in here, you're going to have a nervous system disorder. And remember something. Here's how it goes. People don't know this, but between the sugar, dehydration, the gluten, the dairy, the improper food combining, the overeating, and the feeling unworthy or the fear, because fear is always dripping cortisol into you. All of this is creating nervous anxiety, which leads to inflammation. We call that neuritis. Neuralgia means that you're not inflamed, but you feel this deep pain, okay? And you'll usually find that in your legs, okay?
Yeah.
Usually, okay? Yeah. So what happens is, as soon as your nerves get inflamed, what happens?
When your nerves get inflamed,
your muscles contract because your nerves don't want to be stretched. So if your muscles contract, you don't stretch the nerves, like the sciatic nerve.
To protect.
Let's take the sciatic nerve. you can't put your foot down.
Yeah.
Right? Because the nerve can't be stretched anymore because
if it does, it's going to rip.
It's going to rip. It's going to feel like it's going to rip.
There's no
because
give
it's
with
in
the
a
nerve.
sheath and it's gotten crystallized due to the constant inflammation that creates the inflammation. The irritation creates the inflammation. The inflammation creates this crystallization, so it's not smooth and mucousy. That's just like almost the whole population. Okay, they've got usually about adhesions wise, and you've never had an accident. You can have like anywhere from 10 to 30 adhesions in your intestinal tract that's choking off your bowel movements, choking off your digestion, or when you go to move, you can feel all that stuff. And then the doctor will say, well, that's a nerve. Well, it's not. It's adhesions after a while.
Yeah.
The scar tissue wraps around the nerve. Okay?
Exactly. And nerves, like we were saying, they have no give, whereas a muscle, you can have a lot of things happen to it when we grow muscles all the time, right? When we're working out. So they're different. They can change. But when you alter a nerve by putting some crystallization or scar tissue or anything wrapped around there,
a calcium deposit,
if there's even 1/8 of an inch or even less than that poking at it or moving it, it's going to cause a lot of pain and a lot of friction. So that's really where it's stemming from. But really important, like magnesium to help calm and relax everything is
Fulvic
beautiful.
in your drinking water. Tummy Love, daily cleansing tea. You've got to dump that out. And if you've got a lot of nerve pain and there's a lot of inflammation, you better go look at the Ultimate Coffee Enema right away. You do a coffee enema, and even though you don't like it, men, women will usually do it because they're used to things like that more so. But if you do a coffee enema and you do it right, like in our guide, the perfect
the Fasting for Perfect Health Guide, it's in there. It's also in the Perfect Day. But it's absolutely amazing, and it's so good for pain. And also with the legs, it's like everything sinks to our legs like sediment too. So you have to think we're getting acid, crystallization, all of the junk from the refined sugar and carbs, that all sinks into our legs, which causes a lot of inflammation as well. So we want to make sure we're really addressing the diet and getting even just like a foot vibration machine to keep everything moving would be really helpful.
Yeah, what happens is you get like stump leg, and the scar tissue wraps around the nerves, and then doctors will say the nerve is dead. Well, it's not dead. The nerves don't die.
Just choked off.
I got a real surprise for you. They don't die. Right? It's like when somebody says, well, I can't see the nerve in the spine anymore. We're going to have to do surgery. Before you ever go to surgery, come to us.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Rebecca Poolmall, live from Facebook, and she asks, what kind of coffee is best for coffee enema, and how long do you do them? So S.A. Wilson Coffee is the coffee formulated for coffee enemas. You can call us for it, or you can get it online anywhere, Amazon, or even sawilsons.com. Also, and then how long do you do them? Well, you do them you want to hold it for 15 minutes each time you do it, if you can. If you can't hold it for that long, that's totally fine.
But let's get it in and then hold it for 15.
Yeah.
So once you actually
once the full thing's in.
And some people won't be able to do a coffee enema the first time. They might need to do a warm water enema because you got to get the cork out of the wine bottle. Yeah. Right?
Exactly. Okay. And how long do you do them? I'm not sure if you meant the length of time for a session or how long, like months, would you do it for? And it really depends on the person.
Yeah, but I'd tell you if you were up to it, I would tell you to do it every day, at least for 15 days, and then give us a call. Or just do it once and give us a call, or twice. Remember something, you can call us, okay? You're not bothering us, right? If you don't call us, you're not going to have the answers. We've got as many answers in the book as possible, but remember something, you're unique. There'll never be another one of you. So you might have a little bit different situation than someone else. And remember something, we're in the health business and we're here to serve you.
Yeah. All right. And then she asks, also, do you get the same effect from the cheaper structured water unit that you sell? And is it just as effective as the most expensive one? I just use the regular one and I love it. It's perfect. The other one's going to be like the Ferrari of structured water. So if you want...
They both structure, but the other one's gold plated. So the frequency is higher. So if somebody really wants that edge, you're going to have it. But they both structure. And I travel with the light one all the time.
Yeah.
Like when I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So, I mean, it's going to be... So what we do is we structure water. I drink a quart before I go through...
Before you go on the plane?
No, before I go through customs.
Before security,
before security, and then when I get on the other side of security, then I fill it back up and I do another quart. And then I fill the water up and get on the plane. So now I've done 2 quarts. Now I'll get on the plane. I've got a full quart. I'll drink that quart. So we've got an 8-hour, about a 7-hour flight. So I'll drink that quart, and then I'm going to have them fill up another quart. So I did a gallon of water before 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. And that's so important while traveling because you're in a sardine can of EMF, blue light, everything bad. So you need to protect yourself with the water. And even adding the fulvic acid to your water before you get on the plane will help with jet lag or the jet lag fuel.
Once I get on there, because just so you know, the air that comes into a plane is coming through the engine, and that's why you smell that gasoline. And guess what? People are really sick today. Okay, I'm not sick, but people are really sick. And they're sick. Okay, because it's like a petri dish. If that petri dish is toxic, it's going to breed bugs. And the last time I flew, I got a cough. And I've been going that was only about 3 weeks ago. And I still have the cough because I've been working so hard. So now when I fly tomorrow, once I get comfortable, I've got this little mask thing that you see that a lot of Oriental people will wear.
Yep.
Well, I've got a really good one. And I'm going to wear it on the plane.
Got to filter out as much of it as you can, right?
I'm not into it. And there's so much on the plane now. And then even, do you smell when they put in the that aroma in the plane?
Well, and that's just toxic.
That is so
fragrant.
Carcinogenic. Yeah. You guys have no idea. So
it's not like they're using essential oils diffusing them. They're using a chemical fragrant.
So this is what I do is I put immunity. I put immunity on my throat, immunity on my neck. What else do I do? Okay, well, I also take the immunity and I take a couple drops. I swallow it just before I get on, and I really put the immunity on pretty thick because I don't put it on when I get on the plane, because last time I put it on the plane thick, they were going to kick me off.
When I put it on the plane last time, everybody was very grateful because the guy sitting beside me did not smell too good. So it was good. I lucked out there. Really important as well on planes, if you bring your nebulizer with you, you can nebulize on the plane. Yeah, we
nebulize with the silver and the fulvic on the plane. Nobody's going to complain. Doesn't smell. That little vapor.
It's a little inhaler.
But guess what? You should be owning one right now. And this stuff's all on sale with Black Friday. And you know what? You're going to be wanting to do it because when everybody's sick by the 14th of January, you won't be.
Exactly.
And then you won't have to say, Uncle Harry gave that to me.
All right, next question from Frank on Intercom. And he asks, I was told that oxalates from plants cause kidney stones and calcium buildup in joints. And if you have compromised digestive system, leaky gut, you should stay away from plant foods with oxalates and do more of an animal-based diet.
Okay, can I start?
Can you talk about oxalates and if they really do cause kidney stones and calcium buildup?
I'll start, then you finish it.
That's all done. That's all you know.
No, I'm going to start it, but then you finish it.
I thought you meant the question. It's been a long week.
First of all, if you want kidney stones, then eat animals.
100%.
So that's actually proven. So I don't know really who made this thing up. But there is oxalates in plants, but they'll never, ever, ever, ever bother you if you drink enough structured water and if you eat enough plant-based foods. It's because what's happening is you're eating a lot of inflammatory foods like dairy products, cheese, animal products, doing gluten, and you're not drinking enough water. So when you do the plants, you don't have enough water to flush out or clean out, and you got all that inflammation causing all that glicky stickiness. And so now your kidneys are under attack.
Yeah.
Take it away.
And with oxalates in foods, they say that it's in beans and spinach and different things like that, but it's also in beer and soy products. And there's a lot of different soda pop and all these things. And it's just.
Yeah. You know what?
Use your intuition with it because beans and spinach are not going to cause you to have kidney stones unless that's all you were eating with some animal products and not drinking water.
You can always be guaranteed that the medical system is going to come around the backside of Mother Nature. And even the natural health industry will do the same thing.
Totally.
Okay, because you've got to remember something. What do people want to do in the supplement industry?
Sell supplements.
What do people want to do in the pharmaceutical industry?
Sell pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Everything is a corporation. That's what we have to really look at.
And you're going to say right now, well, you sell product. Yeah, well, if I didn't, you wouldn't have this show right now. And you know how much money we spend on doing this show? Hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. And when we do it, we are doing it because we truly care, because if you look at our information, it's called Take Action Now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love yourself, and love your family, and just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That just jumped all weird on me. Just give me 2 seconds here.
So yeah, everybody's got to
there
sell
we go.
products. You just got to make sure that the products are authentic, and they're really going to do what they should do, and understand something. Most people, when they get sick, they take way too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Way too many things. They do too many
Oh, yeah.
things.
I did that when I first started on the journey because you're grabbing at anything you can because you just want to get better. But that's the thing is sit back,
Calm
breathe,
down.
and
Breathe.
discern and really make even like it's important, make lists like on our consultation form, filling it out if you're not even doing a consultation, at least fill it out so you have an understanding of where you're really sitting with your health.
And remember, you're after inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Because inflammation is burning up your nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
it's burning up your energy, it's burning up your oxygen, it's burning up your nervous system, it's burning up your mind.
Yeah.
And
Another thing too with the oxalates, it's like you're saying you have a compromised digestive system with leaky gut. So we really need to take care of that. We need to look at that first and foremost so that way your body is actually processing your nutrients properly and absorbing them properly. So I would really suggest
88% of the population has what now?
kidney failure. Oh, which
Leaky
one?
gut.
Oh, leaky gut. Sorry, there's a lot of high percentages with different
I know.
conditions that
I just do this to her because she didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing.
It's 97%.
Yeah, but I'm a man. I got to make sure she's lower than me. So all I have to do is just throw out like one new statistic. Well, what do you think it is?
Leaky gut.
Okay.
I'm just going to start throwing anything out there.
Yeah, so 88% of the population now has leaky gut.
Yeah. Thank you, antibiotics.
So that's autoimmune disease.
Mm-hmm.
So which means you've got a screen door in your digestive tract.
Yeah. So
Okay.
everything's getting through and nothing is being absorbed.
Yeah, there's no security.
No, not at all. So really take a look at that first and foremost. Tummy Love, Black Gold, Daily Cleansing Tea. Those are the best things for fixing up the leaky gut. And also coffee enemas and the other one I was going to say HGH, just because
Curcumin cayenne,
the
5,000.
The L-glutamine in the HGH is really good for rebuilding the lining. And then, yes, curcumin cayenne.
Guess what? So anyways, Susan texted me. She was driving home, and one of her clients took curcumin cayenne. Not one of her clients, but clients of someone else. Took a curcumin cayenne 5,000, and she went to the hospital.
Why?
Because she said that her feet swelled up. Now, listen to me. I just want to talk about this. This is how unhealthy people are. So this is curcumin, which brings down, there is a ratio of 8% cayenne in there.
For
Do you know how
helping
little that
absorption,
is?
That's nothing.
That's nothing. So anyways, so that means that one capsule increased her circulation, and then she started retaining water in her feet. Now, what does that tell you? Now you're right. It's a kidney problem.
Yeah.
And it's a heart problem. So now this lady doesn't realize that she's got a kidney problem and a heart problem. But now that little curcumin cayenne capsule is now just got life in jail.
Yeah. But really, it was giving her a warning sign, telling her what the real problem was.
And it's not her fault.
No.
Because we have been educated into ignorance.
Yeah.
We have.
Yep.
We've been educated into ignorance.
Well, we've been just thrown down the same path that everybody's been down, right? We've all just been herded down the same row and just believe what we're told.
And we're not trying to pick on anybody here. We're trying to tell you something, that take a look at what's going on, okay? So we know we got the GMOs. We know we got processed foods everywhere. We know that there's chemicals out there that are carcinogenic that the government allows in all the foods, right? We know that your children are getting more poisons put into them than you're taking in. Okay, so understand something. When are you going to stand up for your family, man? Okay.
Yeah. Next question from Joanne Renee, live from Facebook. When I move my neck side to side, I hear crackling. What can I do about it?
Crystallization and calcium. And also, you have your vertebrae, and when you go to do this, even just the ligaments and the tendons in between the vertebrae, they flip over the bones and they cause that snap because they're dehydrated. Okay, so what can you do about that? Well, essential oils like the Muscle Restore and also the Pain Away are going to help.
Rose DMSO.
Rose DMSO is going to help. The other thing that's...
Hydration, of
yeah,
course.
but the other thing is if you could come and see like one of a Wolfe deep tissue therapist, I'll tell you in 1 hour, they're going to take it, because what's happened is let's say the muscle is supposed to be like this, because it is. Allow the blood lymph flow, elasticity, it opens and closes, like, you know what I mean? So it'll expand, okay? It'll expand, stretch like an elastic, back and forth, easy. Yours doesn't. It's because it's dehydrated. And also the fibers have stuck together. So now we've got to get those open. And as soon as we open those up, the blood and the oxygen and the lymph and the energy will turn that back into an elastic band that fast.
Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
No more snack, crackle, and pop. Mm-mm. And that's why when you go for a chiropractic adjustment, which is not wrong to do, it's just that if you actually think you're going and making yourself better, you've got another thing coming. Mm-hmm. That's a Band-Aid. But it's not a Band-Aid for alignment, because alignment's important for that spinal fluid to go around. So understand, I'm not putting it down. But remember something. You don't have pain in bones unless you have bone cancer. So you don't have bone cancer, so chill out. But what you've got is you've got issues in your tissues, in your tendons, in your ligaments, in your organs. And that's where we come in.
Yeah. It's incredible, the neck treatment. If you would have been here during the course when everybody got theirs done, everybody just felt like $1 million. It's insane what it does for your clarity. Yeah. For your, like, if you do have brain fog, like we were talking about earlier, it completely opens up your brain.
Here's my challenge. I want somebody that would like to fly in or drive in, mm-hmm. and then you'll come on the Q&A show, mm-hmm. and we'll set up right here. Okay? All right?
Yep.
And we won't change the names to protect the innocent, because nobody's innocent.
Nope.
And then what we'll do is we'll go into that neck, and we'll make that neck just be loosey-goosey.
Like you're 6
and
years
I don't
old
care.
again.
I don't care if the person can do just this. Mm-hmm. Okay?
We've seen it all.
You give me 40 minutes, 20 minutes on each side, and I'll give you back their neck.
All right.
That's my challenge. And I want somebody to do it. And I'm sure somebody out there that just thinks that I'm full of BS, dysfunctional belief systems. Mm-hmm. I want you to step up to the table.
Step up to the plate. Come on up.
Yeah.
All right. Next question from Karen Hillier, live from Facebook. Does structured water unit get rid of fluoride in the water, and can distilled water be structured?
Distilled water can be structured, and yes, it brings it back to life. It's resuscitating it. Mm-hmm. And structuring doesn't get rid of anything.
What it does is it changes the molecular structure of fluoride so it's not harmful to the body.
Yeah. So remember something. Why is it that when the rain comes down, I've said it 1,000,000 times for you, when the rain comes down, we know there's heavy metals, there's chemtrails. Okay, it's acid rain. Mm-hmm. We know that it should be damaging the birds, bees, flowers, trees, and us. And we know it doesn't. We know that the crops 1,000 years ago the crops today are just as good as then. Why is that? Because God knew that we were goofballs. So understand, we take the same technology that's used in the atmosphere with the structure unit, which never wears out, never breaks down, doesn't take any electricity, mm-hmm. put it under any tap around the world, and you can drink the water. Now, if it comes out like mud,
then I mean, you're going to probably want to filter that first.
Okay. So like when I go to Mexico, I'm just going to be putting that under the taps, and that's all I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So, and you can say, wow, he's a goof, because it sounds goofy. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you.
I've tested it. I've done it.
Yeah.
It works.
So structuring is a really powerful thing. And if I can make this really quick, it doesn't get rid of the solid, but what it does is it erases the memory mm-hmm. from those people who drank it. It erases the memory of all the pharmaceuticals that were in it. Mm-hmm. It erases the memory from the heavy metals, and it erases the memory from all the chemicals. Mm-hmm. And it takes away the surface tension. And instead of being a cluster of 2,500 to 3,000 little not particles, but droplets together, clustered. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what we'll see. One raindrop or one drop of water has 25 to 300 layers. It's actually little sheets. That's how water is. It's in sheets. It's not in droplets. So when you actually structure it, it goes in single sheets, like a choo-choo train. And then it goes right into the aquaporin of every cell this fast. Whereas if it's clustered, and Kangen water's clustered, but there's electrons in mm-hmm. it, okay, it's alkaline. Mm-hmm. So that's why people feel better. But I would want the best of all worlds. Mm-hmm. So I would always opt for structured water before Kangen water. Yeah. And I'm not putting it down.
No.
But definitely distilled water I'd never drink. Who would want that? It's dead. Reverse osmosis, dead. But as soon as you structure it, you bring back the breath of life, which is called fourth phase water.
Structured water is everything. You feel such a change. I grew up drinking reverse osmosis water my whole life. Always felt it just sitting in my stomach. Never felt like it was going into my cells. Switched to structured water. The first day, I was like, all right.
Well, if
what it should feel like.
you don't want to drink structured water, then you're going to feel heavy with the water.
Oh, it's crazy.
And the other thing is, if you don't want to drink structured water, it takes the same amount. It takes for a 150-pound person to drink the water they need. It takes enough energy to run a 2,500 square foot home for 2 to 3 months.
Unless it's structured.
Unless it's structured. And if you watch the show I did with Dr. Pollock,
Yeah.
and Dr. Pollock is known as the father of water, okay? And he's out of Washington. He's a professor at the university there.
All right. Next question from Paulina Santos from Facebook. Hi, Abby and Darrell. Did you make a video on how to do a coffee enema? If yes, where would we look for it? If not, please
We're
do
shooting
it
that.
so we have a more comfortable...
We're shooting it in December.
Yeah. We haven't had time with the course going on, so we'll get to it when Dr. Wolfe gets back from...
When we get back, we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's already on the books, isn't it?
Yeah, it's already scheduled, and you'll be able to find it in the library where you can find the rest of all the information. So it'll be in the
library
fasting and in the perfect day and in the quick start guide.
And it'll also be in the external therapies guide.
Yes, external therapies. It'll be in lots of
And
places.
it's called External Therapies Fitness Guide. Okay.
Next one from Karen Hillier, live from Facebook. What would you recommend for duodenal ulcers?
Duodenal.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, all right.
A duodenal ulcer.
People say it differently, so.
For the duodenum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just ulcers on that part of the intestine.
It's the
beginning part of the small intestine.
That's right. So you have to understand something. First of all, we know that person has they'd say a nervous stomach, but what they have is they have an acidic stomach because they go into fight or flight a lot.
What if they had peptic ulcers first?
Not necessarily, not necessarily, because got to remember something. When the valve opens to allow the food to go into the duodenum, from the stomach to the duodenum, it's also allowing maybe too much acid,
Is
not
the
hydrochloric
stomach
acid.
trigger allowing it to go in then, or?
Yes, that's right. Okay, and then missed food combining alcohol or sugar. Those are the ones right there. Okay, so what I would be doing is I'd be looking at food combining, getting rid of the inflammatory foods. And right off the bat, as soon as she gets on Tummy Love, and she does the black gold, okay,
and the Fulvic as well.
and you might do a little bit of the silver bullet solution because you want to neutralize the bacteria.
Yeah, and for something like that,
and believe it or not, her HCl may be low. So when I said that the acid is higher, it's the acid we don't like. We're creating an acidic situation, not a hydrochloric. Hydrochloric acid is what you use to digest your proteins in your stomach. So chances are, I don't know if you're a blood type A, but blood type A's could get it easier, right?
From eating a lot of like animal products.
Yeah,
or
and
more
they can't.
acidic
They're not
forming
making
foods.
the hydrochloric acid to digest the animal products, so now they're getting more acidity. So people get it kind of confused.
And then you could even be getting a trapped animal protein
it was
particle right in there. It could be trapped, and then it creates the ulcer to form. It's kind of high up for that to happen, though.
No, it's not going to do that. So it's going to be the acid.
Just the
So
acid.
she's got to reduce the acid and increase the hydrochloric acid so that she digests her food better before it comes into there.
So baking soda would be good for her.
Baking soda would be excellent, but baking soda is always done on an empty stomach. If you so I've done this. We've all done it. If I eat a meal and it's not a good meal, like it's going to happen, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, here we go. Then you want to look at right away taking hydrochloric acid. If you know you're going to pig out, take 2 or 3 of those. And then as soon as you start eating, take about 6 digestive enzymes if you don't want the food to rot. Because every time that you have bloating, heartburn, foggy headed, that means the food's rotting. So that meal you just bought, it's down the drain.
Yeah.
So now you're going to pay twice. So, you want to do that. And then if you find like about 30, 40 minutes later, maybe about 45 minutes later, you're not feeling good. That's when you kick in the baking soda. Because if you kick in the baking soda too soon, when the food's in the stomach, the food has to leave the stomach. So once the food leaves the stomach, kick in the baking soda.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have the burping, and then you'll have the farting, and you'll feel amazing. Okay? It's just take your baking soda and then go for a walk by yourself or someone who really loves you.
Mm-hmm. And you want to wait that time because you don't want to neutralize your stomach acids. That's why you need to wait for the food to leave.
That's right. And it's not just that. If you took the baking soda and you had all that hydrochloric acid in your stomach, you would just blow up.
That
You'd
wouldn't
blow
be
up.
fun.
You'd have too much gas and it'd be trapped, and you'd be like,
ready to
that
blow.
doesn't feel good. You're not going to get a heart attack or anything, but just do it right. You know when you can feel like it's left here.
Mm-hmm.
You know when it's in your stomach. It's like you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know when it starts to come just below your ribs, and it's moved down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move in and clean up, mop up.
Yeah. I know silver would be the best. Would aloe gel be good to be drinking for that? I know it can be very
well, you can do aloe gel.
ulcers,
You can do aloe gel absolutely anytime. Anytime. There's no rules.
Yeah.
So you can buy aloe gel, and
calm
drink
it down. Silver's so good for ulcers, though. It really helps with calming everything down. And then you could apply. Would you want to apply
I'll tell you one
topically some
thing.
essential
If I had
oils or
if I had a duodenal ulcer, I'd go in and take my elbow right here.
Yep.
Into the solar plex area in between the ribs and loosen up the crystallization and the tissue. Because as soon as we do that, guess what? You're going to relieve the ulcer. Because the ulcers are inflamed, and that's inflamed. That causes crystallization, calcification, scar tissue formation, and this is going to be jammed up. Now we got a physical block.
Would we want to apply essential oils, DMSO,
Oh,
or
definitely,
anything to that area?
Yeah, and you know what? And do this. Okay?
Stem cell activation.
Let me tell you something. If you got a digestion problem and you feel it right here, and you know that you're not digesting, just do this over your stomach. I'm telling you, for 10 minutes. And guess what? You're going to go, what a miracle. Okay, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can send all the Christmas gifts that you want to send to us. Where is our address?
So it's 2895 Lakeview Cove Road.
So anyways, let me tell you something. I don't care if it's your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine, your pelvis. If you get any kind of pains this year, and even if you think it's your heart, just do this. Do this over top of the heart. Calm down. Go easy first. Calm down, heart. It's okay. It's all right. I love you. And then go a little harder, just about like this, and watch how things just go. Okay?
It's amazing what stem cells do for our body.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing. You're activating the stem cells, activating the body to kick in right there and go, yeah, we got the team coming.
Yeah, you're sending all your healthy cells to that area to help heal it. So if you got those ulcers
clapping
there,
and patting.
activate those stem cells.
Let me tell you guys, start practicing this. Okay?
It's life-changing.
I got people that call me up and go, I've got such a migraine headache. Oh, right here. And I go, well, 20 minutes. Come on, let me hear it. And I'll make them do it on FaceTime with me, right?
Yep.
And I'll go, nope, not hard enough.
And this is something we can do for
5 to
anybody.
15 minutes later, no migraine.
Yeah.
Back of the head.
I did it on
knee.
I did it on the sides of my head after I was in that accident, and it was amazing. When you do it on both sides, you could just hear it like bursting, all the little webbings of scar tissue.
Okay, so
like
what's one of the most important things that you can do when after a concussion is healed?
After a concussion has healed?
Yep.
Patting and clapping. Best thing ever. And get some deep tissue.
Guess what?
It
rewrites your brain. Go figure.
Send those stem cells right to the brain.
No, let's search out brilliant scientists around the world
who can take them out of you and populate them in a lab. When we could just do it ourselves with fasting or patting and clapping.
Yeah, just give it a shot.
Spend $150,000 or nothing.
We're not telling you to not do these other things. We're not telling you to not go for surgery. We're not telling you to not take drugs. We're telling you to at least give you a chance.
Yes.
Can you give you a chance this year?
Take your power back.
Yes.
All right. Ruth Matthews, live from Facebook. Is spring water considered structured water?
It can be, because guess what? Did it come from the ground up? Nope. Did it come from the top of the mountain, banging against the rocks, rolling around?
Mm-hmm.
It's structured water.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And
So
you'll
if
know
you
if it comes up from the ground, it's heavy when you drink it. It might taste alkaline, might take a little musty. But if it came from the top of a mountain, it's as light and it's so good.
Mm-hmm. There's so many places you can go collect it from too. If like I know here in BC, we have so many places.
So if it comes from up above, down, it's structured. If it comes from down below, up, it's not.
Wow. How ironic.
There you go. Okay.
Lori Parker, live from Facebook, asks, do you recommend MRIs and x-rays for neck?
Guess what?
No.
I promise you this. Okay, so I'll be in San Antonio. Where else am I going to be? Where are you going to be?
Well, San Diego is on the books.
Yeah. Well, anyways, and also we do PTs PTTs all over the place. So, you know, we can start letting people know where we're doing them, you know?
Yeah, it's exciting. We'll be hitting the road again soon. We were
Sage is going to LA.
Yep.
He's actually going on the road for 3 weeks. He's got 3 PTTs in a row.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be around until Christmas. So he leaves next week.
Next week.
That's right.
Yep.
And then Abby's stuck here doing PTTs. Yeah.
And then I'll be going off.
And then she goes off.
So much fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, what?
MRIs and X-rays.
I know, but what I was going to say is this. If we're near where you are, don't get MRIs or X-rays.
Yeah.
Well, get them. If
you want.
Yeah.
If you feel you need to get it, then get it.
Yeah. But guess we don't need it.
I would never get one.
But see this little elbow here? I can tell everything. Crystallization, scar tissue, calcium deposit. And guess what? Do you know why things come out of place? Beef jerky, girl. Okay? All right? Beef jerky. Things shrink.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just the muscles and
people
the scar tissue pulling everything.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Wolfe, but look at if you get rid of all that scar tissue, you think I'll have a heart attack? Because they see all this scar tissue floating around, right?
Yeah.
And understand something. When we work on you, nothing leaves.
We're restoring everything.
We restore the tissue back to normal, back to your youthful state. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as old people. Do we gracefully age? I hope the heck so. But there's no such thing as getting old. You're just getting beef jerky. Okay. All right.
All right.
You want to get MRIs, go ahead. I don't need any tests. I am the test.
Yeah, but Lori, let us know where you are or give us a call and see if we're going to be anywhere near you and we can get your neck back in tip-top shape.
What did people do before tests? They didn't freak out. Now you get a test and you go,
everything.
Okay, how'd
the minute you
honey,
get it, you're like...
How did the test look? How did the test come back? You okay?
Yeah.
All right? Okay, all right. Okay, we're good right now. Okay. All right. So now you're only good till the next test.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's such a panicking thing. I remember when I would get them done, you're like, oh, wait, nothing's wrong. And the whole time until you get it back, you're like, and then you get it back and it was fine. So it's like, why even cause stress?
We've gotten to the point that we're just saying, you know what? It's amazing, but since 1910, before the AMA, right, the body seemed to work.
Yeah.
When the AMA came, the body doesn't work right anymore.
Started to go
it
a little
forgot
downhill.
how to heal.
Yeah.
Your body will bloody well even grow.
Your
body grows bone back. Do you get this?
And it's like your body didn't forget to heal. What really happened is
you forgot to love it.
And with all the prescriptions and different things that we do because of the programming we had, we just disconnected our brain from our gut and from our heart. And we just need to find that connection again and it all comes back.
Yeah.
Next question from Natalia. Could you please talk about when it is safe to use the belly button therapy? When pregnant, after childbirth, a cesarean birth, and after appendicitis? Thank you.
You can absolutely do it anytime you want.
Yeah.
With any of these conditions. But what are you going to do it with? You're going to do it with love and care.
And
even if it means the first time because you're a little worried, just tickle your belly button. Why can't you just tickle
gently?
It? Tickle
even
that belly
like
button.
with appendicitis, or even the appendix had been taken out already recently, you can still go in there and stimulate the belly button. You're just not gonna go in deep. You just have to take it very nice and slow with it.
Oh, and
work into a deeper pressure.
And guess what? I don't know when next week, but it'll be on Facebook, YouTube. We are going to be releasing the shoot we did.
Oh
last
Monday. All of our
before next Friday it'll be out.
Yeah. It's the belly button therapy, the pelvic activation squat, and the pelvic expander.
Yeah, but we take also about an hour before that, we take it all apart. So we go into the abdomen and
pelvis,
we come out the pelvis.
Yeah,
that's it.
We birthed the show.
We did.
Okay.
All right.
On November 19th, Gaitha.
Can you tell that we've been working straight? And I won't say for 21 days, but we've been working, how long?
Almost
6
21
weeks.
days. A couple days
6
off
weeks
in
for
between.
me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for you.
I had 1 day off.
That's because she
21
demands
days.
it, or else she's going to call, what do you call it? Human rights.
Yeah. I will do that. Labor Board will be here. No, I'm just kidding. Happy to serve. I'm happy to be here. I had a severe eye infection that resulted in a corneal scar. The doctors were surprised my eye was not misshaped. My vision in that eye, however, is cloudy but slightly improving. Do you know if your fulvic eye drops will help to reduce eye scarring?
Absolutely. But I would also use the silver too. And guess what? Elvina, if you're watching the show, so anyways, Elvina,
Hi,
she
Elvina.
lives in Abbotsford, British Columbia.
Abbotsford, yep.
And she had a friend call up today, and she said, yeah, I'm calling because they wanted me to go to cataract surgery, but I'm not going to go. So her friend's coming in from Clearwater.
Yep.
Okay.
On next week, she's coming for a consultation with me. So we're going to get her.
Why is she coming?
Well, she has cataracts and she's going to need surgery. So we're going to do a perfect day consultation.
And what did Elvina say about her husband?
Well, so her husband came in. Elvina and her husband have
a few months ago.
Yeah, they came in. It was, I think, actually right before summer. And he said he needed cataract surgery. So I did a treatment. I actually did a treatment on his ears and his occiput. And then he told me about the cataracts after. So we did with the occiput work that helps the eyes immensely. It's absolutely amazing.
We can work around the ears and the occiput and you'll actually see better.
Yeah. So that's the treatment we did. So as I was working on his ears, he was telling me that he has to go get cataract surgery. And I was like, nuh-uh, there's no way we need to do that. So got him on the fulvic eye drops and a couple other things. We talked about diet. You talked with him.
And he just went to his doctor. And his doctor said, I don't know what you did. I've never seen this before. But
50% of it was already gone.
50% of your cataracts are gone. You don't need the surgery.
Yeah. So it's only going to get better. It's going to go 0% soon. And
yeah, but he also got rid of his inflammatory foods.
Yes, that was a big part of it.
And I'm sure he's working on his inflammatory thinking because Elvina is going to make sure.
Yes. You go, girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Love you guys. And I'm very excited to work with your friend and get her the same results that your husband got.
Yeah.
All right. So next up from Jana on Facebook. Hello. Where to send my son to cleanse him from drugs and alcohol?
Well, first of all, what is his age? And the first thing I would do is I'd do a consultation with me. Okay. I just want to say this. I'm really good with kids. I'm really good. Well, I'm good with everyone actually. But I'm really good with kids and teenagers. And I can make him take a real good look and that he's worthy. Right now, you got to understand something. You're a good mother, but guess what? All parents are adulterated. God love us. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? We all make mistakes because we've been brainwashed that way. But the reality is that our kids are messed up because they're not good enough. They've been judged too harshly because this is not a justice system that we run. It's a punishment system that we run. And for some reason, a long time ago, somebody said something, did something. And it could have happened when he was 3, 4, 5 years old even. But the reality is he's just not good enough. And if you're not good enough, why would you want to be you? And you know what? I've done all the drugs in the world. I've done not all of them, but I've done a fair amount of them when I was younger. And I used to drink a lot too. And the reality is I know why I drank. I know why I did the drugs because I was somebody else. And if I don't love myself and if I don't think anybody else loves me, then I need to be someone else. And maybe I'm funnier. Or what if I can't stand the thoughts I have? Well, I'm going to definitely change those thoughts.
Yeah. Lose your inhibition so that you don't have to hold back.
And
you try to unleash something that you think you are through.
Yeah, and if you're not yourself, you're not good enough to be yourself. And when you don't think you're good enough, you're not yourself anyways. So all I would do is I'd want to show him his authentic self and that he's amazing. There'll never be another person like him. He's unique. And he was created by God Almighty. And guess what? Somebody made him feel that he's made out of leftover parts. And guess what? You felt that way. I felt that way. Drake feels that way. Everybody in our office has felt that way sometime in their life. But the problem is if you keep having that thought enough, you won't just become an alcoholic or a drug addict. You know what you need to do? You need to get rid of yourself. If I can't live with myself, I got to get rid of myself. And I'm going to tell you something. I dealt with a beautiful girl just a couple weeks ago that tried to take her life. And I'll tell you, she's not trying to do that right now. No.
And that's the thing too. We have to look at, yes, the drugs and alcohol and the society we live in. And then of course, technology and everything too.
Yeah,
right?
but
it's a part of it, but you really need to look at it from the emotional standpoint.
But let's be honest here, Abby. Society made him into an alcoholic. Society made him into a drug addict. And then they all went, wah, wah, oh, we'd love to help. You know what? Because that's what it is. You know what? We create the problem, then run to the rescue. And that's all society does. So let society, you know what society can do? All right. And all their systems can do. Okay. What your son needs to know is that you're going to totally forgive him for everything he's ever done and ever going to do, and that you believe in him. Okay. That's the deal. And if he does fall down, you pick him back up and you let him know that it's okay. And why don't you tell him some of the stories about the time that you went drinking and woke up and didn't know if somebody molested you because you were so drunk? You know, I'm telling you right now, as adults, we need to let our kids know that we fell down, that we were there. But no, we don't want to do that because we don't want to show weakness. Meanwhile, that's showing strength. Honey, I fell down. You know what? I was in worse situation than you. And you know what? If you have to exaggerate the situation, you do it. You show him that you're human, and you show him that he is no longer being judged. And you know what? I'm here for you. Okay? Listen, one of my kids fell down hard. So hard that she almost died. We spent over $100,000, and it was she was hooked on opiates, heroin, you named it. And if I would have gave up, she wouldn't be alive. Either would my grandchildren. So understand something. The day that I decided punishment was over, that my kids can do whatever they want to do, I want to sit down with them and talk to them and say, why did you do it? Do you think you're going to do it again? Why are you trying to kill yourself? I love you. What did I do to make you feel like that? Well, Dad, you did this. Yeah, you're right. I did. I screwed you up good, but just know I'm here for you, and I'll tell you some of the stories and how I got myself together. I'm here for you. We're in this together.
Beautiful. So important for everybody to hear that message right there, honestly.
Yeah, look at your child is just doing alcohol and drugs. I had to go into crack houses. How do you like that? How do you like going to see your daughter down on the street and give her a couple of chocolate bars because she doesn't want anything else from you? So understand something. I'm not like the great Dr. Wolfe, okay? I'm the Dr. Wolfe that was in the sewer too. And then I got to crawl out of that. So, you know what? We're all in this together. I'm not Mr. Perfect by any means.
And that's the person you want on your side. You want somebody who's gone through it. You don't want somebody, I shouldn't say you don't want somebody, but I want somebody who's had experience. I don't want somebody who's just been given everything on a silver platter. You know what I mean? You need somebody to really help you through things that has been through things.
And here's the bottom line. As a parent, you're going to do your best. And understand, shit's still going to happen. You need to calm down, stay connected to your breath, and know that you need to be the hero. You need to be there for them. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. We sent my daughter to a private school. Why? Because we didn't want her to get into trouble. Right? Meanwhile, the principal at the private school in the town that I am in right now, it was his godson that was a drug dealer. And he was an RCMP principal. And they went and I'm not going to get into it all, but I'm just going to say, no matter what, you think you've got it all figured out on how you're going to protect. You never know what's going to happen. You're going to do your best. You're going to love yourself first and foremost so that you don't destroy yourself. So when your kids go off the rails, that you don't drink yourself into oblivion or you're on prescription drugs. And then guess what? The phone call comes in and you're not there for them. You got to love yourself totally, shine that light on them, and break the family curse. Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Christine Hogan from Facebook asks, what do you do about pelvic prolapse besides Kegels? So we have, check out what's coming up, what we talked about before with our belly button therapy, pelvic activation squat, and pelvic expander. Those are amazing take action tips that you can bring home to work with the pelvic prolapse. And then, of course, the pelvic clearance treatment that we offer. If you can find a Wolfe Non-Surgical specialist who can do the pelvic clearance on you, that will be absolutely amazing. Even getting into the abdomen as well, because we don't know if, I don't know what you look like or anything like that, but sometimes the transverse colon can be dropping down, pushing and pulling everything down.
We've had women that have had a prolapsed colon so bad that things were falling out of their, you know where. Front and back. And you can tone it back up, but you got to be serious. You got to do the perfect day first to get into it, and then go fasting.
Yeah, fasting.
And they do our advanced fasting, and then let us go in there and do deep tissue and untie all the knots and get rid of the blocks, so we get the flow. And then get yourself and do the pelvic enhancer, but also get yourself an anti-gravity machine. You know the ones.
Yeah, inversion
and
table.
You could find an inversion table on Craigslist probably for cheap.
People get rid of them.
Somebody used it as I use it every day.
And there's so many people that buy it and never use it, so then they sell it.
And I'll hang there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
the spinal alignment you get.
And go in there and just breathe, and allow and picture yourself opening up, and you'll feel fibers just pulling apart, not tearing apart, pulling apart. And you'll feel organs starting to breathe again and going, hey, thanks for the stretch.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful stretch. And pelvic prolapse. Anything else that we would suggest?
Well,
coffee enema.
Coffee enema is the daily cleansing tea,
Yep.
of course, the tummy love.
Yep. I would be doing.
And I would be doing rectal and vaginal suppositories. And we won't get into that today.
If you want information on that, you
Call.
can give us a call.
Call the queen of suppository.
That's me. All right. Next one from Mujahid, live from Facebook, asks, absolutely love you, Doc. I'm from Australia. Do you have anyone I can see? I watched a podcast with you, and you said you have a team in Australia. Please let me know their name and location so I can go see them.
Okay, well, I will. But you know what you can do? Can you email Abby at Doc of Detox, and she'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, because right off the top.
Yeah, I have some people I can give you, but I would need to go look up their information.
Yeah.
So abby@docofdetox.com.
Yeah.
Send me an email and I will hook you up. All right, next one is from Rebecca Halushka Bernstad, live from Facebook, asks, what is the best protocol for swollen lymph nodes?
First of all, get the cork out of your bum, because you got to get your colon moving. Then you want to we're back to the ding dang coffee enema, and we're back to the structured water. We're back to the perfect day diet, and we're back to fasting. Okay. And you know what? You're going to be, of course, kicking in the fulvic. Come on in. Do you want to watch? Okay. It's all right. We're just live on Facebook.
Come on in, darling.
Come on in, have a seat. Okay. All right. So, you've got to look after. You've got to look after. So she came to the wrong meeting.
Wrong meeting.
We have another meeting in another part of the clinic. So wrong meeting. Okay. Ours didn't cut
Ours isn't important enough, I guess.
No, I guess it isn't.
Well, she can watch it later.
So you got to understand your digestive tract goes from your mouth to your rectum. What are you going to do to help that, to facilitate that? Because here's the deal. We talked about that big time
in the video we just did.
In the video we just did that we're going to release this week. We talked about it big time because it's all about the domino effect. First, the large intestine goes bump, bump, and gets sluggish. You're absorbing waste into your bloodstream. Your liver can't handle it, right?
Your lymph gets backed up and congested.
That's it right there, because if you back up in your bowels, where does your lymph dump? Your lymph dumps into your large intestine. Do you get that? Okay, so if we can
if it can't dump into there, then it's going to back up.
That's where you get the people with the puffy faces, because that's water retention. Okay, if you feel underneath your armpit, does it feel like you got fat under here? You don't have fat.
There shouldn't be anything. It should just
it's not fat. That's swollen lymph nodes, right?
Yeah.
So if it feels fatty under your armpit, that means that your breasts are already in trouble and your ovaries are already in trouble, because you can't have breast problems without ovarian problems. That's it. So understand, when people get in trouble, they look at the local area, but they need to call in the whole team.
Yeah. Well, and you can't have an ovary problem unless you have a bowel problem.
That's it. And guess what?
So it's all just comes back to that mother of all organs.
And I just want someone to just come on my show and debate this with me.
Yeah.
I really just want it, because guess what? Every woman out there is being taken down hormonal alley. And it's not a hormonal problem you have. No. It's not. And I'm saying 1 out of 100. Well, no, 1 out of 100. It is a hormonal problem,
but it wasn't,
it's not the problem.
The hormones.
Okay, it wasn't. Okay. You know what? The water's boiling, okay, because the burner's on. That's called inflammation. Where's that coming from? That's coming from the infection. Where's that coming from? The putrefaction in your bowel.
Yeah. Some tips you can do, of course, the bowel cleansing, the daily cleansing tea, the tummy love, the black gold, like we said, curcumin cayenne, but also dry skin brushing.
Yep.
And
Salt
cocoa
glows.
salt glows. If you can do energy medicine, the Avicin would be absolutely amazing because it's going to boost your microcirculation.
Are you ready for this? This is the one. And you can do this too.
No way. Stimulate stem cells for the lymphatic system. Another thing too, you could like on your thymus, doing that to stimulate the white blood cells to help
but if
better
you've got
to strengthen your immune system.
If you've got lymph nodes that are swollen, don't be gentle.
Yep.
I love you. Watch what happens. And while you're clapping them, you know what you're going to say within 10 seconds? They feel better right away.
It really is that quick. It's instant. And with dry skin brushing, make sure you go towards the heart in half circle movements, and it will soften up the swollen lymph node padding, especially under the arms. I have all my ladies who have padding under their arms do dry skin brushing if they come into me for the breast work, and then they come back the next week or the week after, and it is night and day.
Do you think we could sell a clap counter? We'd be rich.
Yeah. We probably could sell anything.
That's right. Isn't that the truth?
All right, next one up. Eula Tisley. Sorry, I'm dyslexic on that one.
I think people are just doing this to us.
I know.
Okay.
Or it's Friday. From Facebook. Does silver help with vision problems? I know it helps with pink eye infections. Love silver, but never knew it could improve vision.
Yes, because what it's going to do is it's going to neutralize any of the microbes that are causing the inflammation and the irritation. And meanwhile, the microbes are there because of the inflammation and the irritation. And that's why we use the silver plus the nanofulvic eye drops.
Yeah.
There.
So using both of those, and then the padding, clapping, stem cell activation on your eyes and on the back in your occiput. So just in the back of your head, you can do clapping there too, and that will help the eyes as well. So next one is from Rebecca, live from Facebook. What can you do to get the neck and the jowl area on the face and the eyelid area firmed up? Also, what is the best thing to improve your vision?
Well, we already did that. And the other thing is you can do the skin brushing, you can do the salt glow, but guess what? You're going to see somebody who does Wolfe Non-Surgical.
Yeah, Wolfe facial sculpturing.
One treatment, 5 to 10 years. That's it. It's not coming back because it's not like aesthetics where it's superficial.
Yeah,
we're going down into the origin insertion. Remember, if you've got a wrinkle or a deep line here,
it's a crease in the muscle.
That's
Yeah, and scar tissue. It just like layers in there and it causes that crease. So you just have to go in, get rid of that fibrin buildup, and it goes back. I just did a few facials on students this past couple weeks.
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them, and amazing results. But one lady had a scar under her jaw. She had, they did cool laser or cool lipo on her jaw. So she has a scar just right under her chin. But what happened was the scar tissue caused a wrinkle to come up all the way to here. So we worked the scar, and then we worked right here. It was like beef jerky, like matted onto the bone here.
Because what does surgery and that kind of stuff do?
Causes the worst type of scar tissue in the body.
And the scar tissue grows like a bloody root. So and you got to follow it and take it apart.
Yeah, and then it was even causing the marionette lines right here to be pulled down, all from the crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue under the jaw and right on the jawline just here. And then we came up in the nasal labial folds right in here to release this part of the line. And then I actually did a different form of massage. It's like buccal massaging of the inner part of the cheek, which will be in the Wolfe facial sculpturing course, which is my favorite. Love this course so much. So anyway, I got too excited there. But anyway, we worked the cheeks, and the wrinkles are almost completely gone. She might need a little bit of padding and clapping
and
at home
also
care,
the
Beyond Beauty cream.
You got to check out our Beyond Beauty cream, and it's on sale too.
Yeah, beautiful.
If you've never tried it, buy it for Christmas for the one you love.
Good.
That might be you.
Yeah, and it smells like heaven. It's literally the most beautiful face cream.
13 wild flowers, the petals from them. That's all that we've created for the smell. Okay.
So nice. And yeah, we did a couple other facials, and it all was basically jowl based, and with the neck and even under eyes, we can firm up the under eye area eyelid area up here, it's drooping. Eyelid. So we can totally lift that up because we can even get crystallization and calcification, scar tissue all around the ocular bone.
Things sag because of blocks.
Yeah.
Things sag because of blocks. Say it to me. Things sag because you're physically blocked. And that is scar tissue crystallization or calcification. And we're going to look after that.
Totally. And if you're looking for a Wolfe facial sculpturing specialist in your area, give us a call. Or if you want to come to see me, I'm in Kelowna, or I'll be traveling around.
Yeah, she is. And she's actually going to be going down to California, and she's actually going to go to a woman's house that doesn't want to travel. And we're actually going to go down there and certify her, aren't we? In Wolfe Deep Tissue and Wolfe Non-Surgical. She's going to go down there for 11 days and do a one-on-one training. We even do that. So
if anybody isn't able to come for one of our courses, we do the one-on-one trainings. We'll go for clinical trainings. We'll even do couples or even groups. So if you have just a group of 3 or 4 people who want to get certified, we will come for that.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have from John Hennessy. How does structured water protect you from 5G?
We talked about that already.
We talked about that at the beginning of the episode, so go to the beginning of the episode and that question is answered.
Yeah, and it does. And it what it does is it, just like how it erases memory, it's erasing the memory of the 5G in your blood and in your lymph, because that's what it's made out of, water. And it's erasing the memory of the 5G of the water that's in your cells. There you go.
All right. Karen Kennedy live from Facebook. I have 4 nodules on my lungs, ranging from 3 centimeters to 5. What should I do?
Well, I'd have to know. First of all, was she a smoker? Second of all, is she overweight? Okay. How's her bowels moving? Okay. Does she live in an old house that's moldy?
Right.
Okay, there's
Karen,
rules here.
Karen,
there's
give
rules.
us a call.
Yeah.
Give us a call and we would love to help you out.
You know, because, if I were to just say, well, you can just use this product, I mean, then chances are we're rolling the dice, and we don't do that with people's lives.
No, definitely not. So give us a call so we can give you the right guidance that you need, and even booking a consultation might be
just
the
remember,
best route for you.
Nodules, things grow where they shouldn't grow because things are out of balance. That's what.
But if we can grow it, we can get rid
lose
of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Stephanie Pereira live from Facebook. This is one of your best shows yet. Thank you so much for your encouragement and transparency. Love you both.
You know why it's one of our best shows? I think because we're on the edge. We're on the edge.
I'm like 4:12.
You're going to Vancouver, aren't you,
I
tonight?
am. No, I'm going in the morning.
Oh, you are?
I'm not. I can't drive tonight.
No.
Drive off the highway.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'll leave in the morning.
You're doing that.
I can do my laundry and take care of business tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit the road early.
Okay.
All right. Next, Nikki Go. How much black gold to use in baking and cooking? Just even a teaspoon added to a batch of cookies or something like that would be great.
But hold on a second here. Use as much black gold as you can, because I know who she is, and I know that they eat too much cookies.
So 5 tablespoons.
Add as much as you can without changing the flavor
or
and the texture.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Those kids deserve it.
And you might just want to add a little extra oil or water to it if you're adding a lot of the powder, just to make sure the solution's right. Because with baking, just a little
and just take a little, and then perfect that, and then let us know. And then
with your baking, you're probably going to want to measure it out a little bit easier. But with cooking, you can use as much. Like if you're making a stew, you can put a couple tablespoons in, or whatever you want to do.
We put it in all our soup. Put it in all our blender drinks.
Yeah, blender drinks.
Coffee.
I love to put it in soups and like more heartier soups, I guess. I don't really do stews. It's a weird word for me. Anyway, but I like to.
You have to live in the bush to do a stew.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. I'm too city. But I love to use the actual humic acid concentrate or the tummy love when I'm doing like salads or something. I'll add it to the dressing just because I don't want that grittiness of the black gold. So you can always put some of the humic in like a spray bottle with structured water when you spray your salad, and then you get the benefit of structuring your meal but also adding the extra nutrients to it. And Next one is from Belinda Chera. Would it be a good idea to also do a castor oil pack over the belly button after doing the belly button therapy?
Look, castor oil packs are great, but they're labor intensive.
They really are.
You know,
I would just...
there's this, you know what? I would do the belly button therapy, and then I would do some clapping.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Or
like if you have an infrared heating pad, I wouldn't use just a regular electric heating pad, but something like that. If you don't have the Bioptron, you could just add some heat to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's,
that's
you know what? Today
for,
there's just so many things that are more efficient.
Yeah.
You know, thank God to Edgar Casey, but that's labor intensive and it's yucky and it's greasy. And you know, we even talked about doing a castor oil video,
no.
and we just said no, we're not doing it. I don't want to put people down that road where they have to do it an hour every night, and you're like hoping something happens. I just hope something happens.
Yeah, for me, I did them when I first started my journey, and I liked them because they're relaxing. But honestly, I did them maybe 5 times.
Okay, but you know what? Honestly, save your money up and get a Navicin.
Or a Bioptron.
That's right. Yeah. And you've got the 2 of the best energy medicine devices in the world. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You're worth it.
And if you're looking at drawing out toxins, you're better off doing a coffee enema.
Oh my gosh,
and folic acid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The coffee enema, because most people
Or just have a good poop.
Yeah, but most people are doing castor oil packs over their liver gallbladder area, so a coffee enema is going to do a better job anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? When we show you how we do a coffee enema with using proper vibration, clapping, you know, using a vibrator. Yeah. And the way we flip, and
it's life-changing.
You should see her do a backflip with a coffee enema.
It's happened a time or two before. No, it's okay. Christos Buelas. Dr. Wolfe, do you consider dairy products from goat or sheep to also be toxic for the body?
Yes, I do. And I'll tell you something. Here it goes. So cow's milk is 20 times larger the molecule than mother's milk. 7 and goats is 7 times larger. Mm-hmm. So the chances are you're not going to get as inflamed. And if you're an O-type person, you are going to digest it better, but you're still going to have problems, and it's going to be accumulation down the road. Now, does goat milk and cow's milk have things that are good in it? Yes, but what's bad in it supersedes it like you wouldn't believe. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Dairy products, and I do count goat milk that, but people say, yeah, but I took my son off of cow's milk and the goat's milk doesn't bother him. Yes, I know it doesn't. Mm-hmm. And you know what? If it works for you, it works for you. I just, I'm not going to run the risk.
It's still inflammatory.
Yeah.
Even if it's less, it's still inflammatory.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, I think that if we were going to drink any milk, we should drink, because monkeys are the closest to us, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is trying to catch a monkey and milk it.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that would work too well.
I'm just saying that, you know what? No, it's like this. Everything in life in the corporate world is about convenience and how are we going to make money. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah. And so they're going to find any other animal
but if
they
you're
can
gonna
find milk from. Especially with how dairy, the industry's going, people are becoming very aware of how bad it is for us. So they're going to start trying to get different animals involved.
But what I'll say here, though, is if you're going to stay with it and you want to do it, structure the milk. Mm-hmm. Okay, and put a Bioptron light on the milk.
And I would be going to a local farmer and getting it fresh.
Oh gosh, yes. And if you do those things, you've just reduced the inflammation. You've got a lot of great properties in there still.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to do it. I'm a blood type A.
Yeah, same.
I'm not going to do it. And then people go, you know what? Okay, so stay away from the dairy because it's inflammatory. But is cheese okay?
It's the worst kind of dairy.
Yeah, they don't think it's dairy. People don't consider cheese to be dairy.
Yeah. Even I'll have people say, oh, but I don't do any of those. And then I'll be talking
I just do yogurt.
I have yogurt. I'm like, well, that's dairy.
You couldn't give me any. You couldn't give me any yogurt.
Yeah, yogurt and cheese are the 2 worst.
And you know what? Coconut yogurt is way better, but you still couldn't give it to me.
No.
I still don't want it.
Do coconut kefir if you're going to do anything for a probiotic benefit. That's why people think they're taking yogurt is for the probiotics. So coconut kefir would be your go-to. And personally, like if you need a milk, I would make my own cashew milk or oat milk, or buying a coconut milk that doesn't have a lot of fillers in it, because so many of the nut milks and everything have like tricalcium phosphate and different things that aren't even absorbable by the body. So I would make your own if you have the time. Or if you
Yeah.
don't, there are some ones that you can get that don't have those fillers. So just
And
make sure you read your labels.
And I want to say something, okay? The more that you learn how to love yourself, the less you're going to think you need to feed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the God's truth. It truly is the
It
God's
is.
truth. You know, why don't you just think of yourself as a spiritual being more, okay? And stop eating so much. Just stop eating so much.
Mm.
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I have 1.5 meals a day.
Me too.
That's it.
Sometimes none.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm telling you, 3 days this week, I did not eat. I just drank all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we got done work, you know, people are so programmed. I'm going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just said, no, I'm not going to eat. Okay, now it's 8 o'clock. I have a choice. Am I going to eat or am I going to go and do my routine, my exercise routine?
Yeah. And that's for me too. Like lots of the times throughout the day, I don't eat and then I get home and I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit hungry, but I don't feel like I actually need something. Sometimes I'll just have an HGH or even a greens or a moringa super mix and I'm good to go after that. So fasting really is the most amazing thing and it really opens up your spirit a lot more and you don't realize it until you really do it.
And when you're stressed out, you think you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
When you're tired, you think you're hungry. When you're thirsty, you think you're hungry.
Yeah, drink water before you eat.
You always do that.
Yeah.
Always drink 2 large glasses of water and then give yourself like 3 to 5 minutes and then go. Because if you're truly hungry, you'll be hungry after the water.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll at least calm you down so that you're not reaching for the crackers while you're trying to make yourself something healthy.
Exactly. Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Next up, intercom question from Jerry. My wife is fighting blood pressure for a year now. Tried many different remedies.
She's
and
not
nothing.
fighting. She's not fighting blood pressure. She's not fighting blood pressure. Her heart is fighting with her. What's emotionally going on with her, Jerry? How's your relationship with her?
Mm-hmm.
Is she stressed out about the kids? Is she stressed out about work? Is she stressed out about you? And while she's being stressed out about you, the kids, or work, is she actually drinking structured water? And is she doing 3 quarts of water a day? And is she doing at least 1 salad and 1 blender drink? And does she know what the lion heart breathing is? Because guess what? The blood pressure was gone before I finished this sentence. Because blood pressure means that you're stepping on your heart.
Yeah.
Did you get that? Blood pressure means you're stepping on your heart. And she's stepping on an emotional and physical way. So now if there was a hose and I stepped on that hose, the same amount of water has to come through the hose.
It's gonna balloon up.
The same amount of water has to come through the hose. And that means it has to speed up and rush up. Okay, and that's what's happening, and that's what high blood pressure is. High blood pressure is not a disease. Jerry, there's dysfunction in your relationship with your wife. Take a look at it. Now you're going, what does he know? He doesn't know. Well, because there is. Okay, because I'm going to tell you something, Jerry. Men, we need to pull our pants up. Okay, or pull them down. I'm not sure which. But the reality is we're not doing our job.
No. Yeah.
We're not doing our job. And you know what? We need to be more sensitive to our women and ask your wife what you can truly do for her to take the load off instead of saying, should we go see the doctor and get you on medication?
And that's the thing. He says that nothing works except toxic MD pills.
Well, because guess what? I'm going to tell you something, Jerry. Think about this. What does your wife need? Maybe a day at the spa. Maybe you haven't gone out with a date with her. Maybe you haven't stroked her hair. Maybe when she walks by, you don't touch her anymore. Maybe that's the problem. Okay? And guess what? As men, we can all be accused of this stuff. And I'm going to tell you something. It's all about the love. Men are not women, and women are not men. Okay? And they're meant to be stroked. Okay? And you know what? We'll even get pouty, right? We'll get pouty about it. Oh, I'm not getting my love. Well, understand something. You know, you treat your wife like a goddess and then find out how her high blood pressure is. She's going to get you high, dude. That's the only high in your life. Okay.
Thank you for your question. Next is from Sam. This was a call-in question. I have tested positive for mold toxicity. Can you please give me suggestions on how to detox and clean my body from the mold?
Well, first of all, if it's not your house, it's you. So if it's you, then that means the food is rotting in you.
Yeah.
So guess what? What's his name?
This is from Sam.
Well, Sam,
Could
you know
be
what?
a girl or a guy.
Guess what, Sam? We don't get diseases. We rot. Sam, we don't get diseases. We rot. Now, did you ever see anything rot without mold?
No.
Okay, so even a piece of fruit will eventually go bad and get mold on it, right? Okay, so that means that the food is staying in you too long. And if you do have mold, guess what? Did you do antibiotics lately? Or are you taking in foods that have antibiotics in them? And what are you doing that's creating a low vibration that mold would even grow in your body?
Yeah.
So understand something. You can go and get the mold cleaned out. You can go and get the parasites, get rid of the parasites, but they're going to come back because the terrain decides what's going to live there. Okay? So I'm going to tell everybody this, that if you want to call and get like a perfect day consultation from Sarah, from Abby, or from Sage, do it. Okay? You don't like it, you will give your money back. But at least, you know what? At least make an attempt to have somebody who's professional create a perfect day and go in and give you that. What would you like somebody for $125 to give you a blueprint and then to be your guide for free, no matter how much you call? Yeah. And we mean it. We're not going to go back on that. Oh my God, I feel like I call too much. No, you don't. Because eventually everybody wants to master their life. It's like we give up on ourselves just as we get to the door. You know what you've been taught? You've been taught to be impatient. Why have you been taught to be impatient? So that you'll take drugs.
Yeah. And that is the best thing to do, is a perfect day consultation.
Yeah.
Because with mold toxicity, we really do need to look at your health history and your symptoms and your daily routine, because we can give you a couple suggestions like fulvic acid, daily cleansing tea, coffee enemas, but you really need to master this and get the protocol that's going to really take you to the finish line, not just take a couple supplements and if mask it and make it a little bit better. We want to get you completely out of the hole.
And if you feel things are really gotten to the point that you're at the edge of a cliff, then you can call and book it with me. And then if you're not totally satisfied and I haven't taken you further than what you wanted to go, then just ask. You don't have to say anything. You don't even have to tell me, and they're not going to tell me, hey, I want my money back. Yeah. Boom. Because you know what? We're going to follow through with you. Yep. And you know what? Just do it because you deserve it. And if it's not us, find somebody in your neighborhood or find somebody in your town or find somebody that you know that you trust, right? And know this, they could be in another country, because today going to see a naturopath or a nutritionist face to face is not necessary. You need to know that you can call on them. They're not going to keep charging you. You need to know that you can call on them. They're going to be honest with you, not sell you another damn product. They're going to try to tell you, hey, did you take a look at this? Did you do this? Did you do that? Do you know why we're so successful? Because we don't try to sell. Okay? Yeah. Because we need to sell you on you. That's a big enough job. Totally. Because you've been told that you're not worth it. Yeah, you're not good enough for how many years? Yes. It's been what we're programmed with. Yeah. All right, next one from Becca on Facebook. What is the best way to help sinus congestion? The nebulizer. Nebulizer. What you can also do is rub peppermint in your hands, and that helps to clear. And then, of course, no dairy, no gluten. Make sure you're getting lots of hydration. And if there's a deep tissue or non-surgical specialist in your area, you can get a clearance. Half an hour. Yeah, they do the. And let them go in and do around your ears, your jaw, come up, do under your sinuses, up here, okay, your forehead. The party's over. Yeah. You know what? Give me somebody with a deviated septum that has to go to surgery, and all I want is 10 minutes. All right. Another challenge. Well, I'm just saying, you know what? If I was a surgeon, I would try to get my knife out as much as possible. Well, I'm not a surgeon, so I'm trying to tell you I want to get my elbow out. And not cause so much damage. That's right. Because guess what? Surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else. Meanwhile, you're going to surgery most of the time because it's a scar tissue issue. And the elbow is the best way to bring that tissue back to healthy tissue. And I don't know of any other way that does it. And it's not trigger point. It's not shiatsu. It's like nothing you've ever seen. Yeah, it's gently bringing the fibers apart. Next one from Colette Brooks on Facebook. I've already had the cataract surgery 25 years ago and experiencing floaters and white spots in my eyes. Surgeon wants to replace intraocular lens implants. Can I avoid this? Well, we're back to using the nebulizer and breathing. Patting and clapping. Because the sinuses, whether it's in the ear, the nose, or the mouth, everything's connected. Yep. And then patting, clapping, and then doing bright eyes, silver. Yeah. And then if you can get a treatment. Well, we'll tell her the fulvic nano eye drops. Yeah. So you would do the fulvic nano eye drops and then the silver bullet spray in the eyes. And then with the treatment, if there's I don't know where you're located, but you can give us a call and we can see if there's a therapist in your area. But getting the treatment in the occiput and around the full. Basically, because you have to understand. Back and we come around. It's like a band. Yeah, if you come straight back from you come around from your occiput, watch this.
Just
Boom.
like so.
Right in your eyes. So you open up your occiput, it actually causes you to see better.
And I've experienced it myself. When I had my occiput done the first time, I looked up and everything was clear, everything was very crisp, and colors were brighter. It's amazing. Next one is from Adina Walter, live from Facebook. Hi, you two. Can you get rid of varicose veins?
Yes, varicose veins. You have to understand your varicose veins are part of your circulation. Microcirculation is the venules and arterioles, and microcirculation takes up 76%, where the veins are the other 24% with the arteries. And you only have those because you've got constipation.
Yeah.
You only have those because you have constipation.
Same thing. You remember how the bowel backed up and the lymph got congested?
No, that's not true. I got them after my first child or my third child. No, you got them because you were constipated.
What do most pregnant women say?
What?
They're constipated.
That's right. And so the reality is that, and that's why we want to teach women how to do the perfect pain-free pregnancy with their husbands or their boyfriends or their whatever partner.
And so patting and clapping on varicose veins.
Yep, patting and clapping the vein away.
You can apply
doing
topically.
light skin brushing, salt glows.
Curcumin, cayenne, daily cleansing tea, coffee enemas,
fulvic acid. I know we rattle this stuff fast, but if you want to call us, we can do it. And then, are you overweight?
Yeah. Next from Kimberly Wall, live from Facebook. How about, that reminded me, I don't know, Kimberly, if you've watched the movie My Best Friend's Wedding, but Kimberly Wallace, I almost wanted to say that. I just remember when there's the karaoke scene, and that's what that reminded me of. Classic movie. How about mud packing? He's has not seen it. Miss Kimberly Wallace.
No, I don't.
That's what she says. She's like, Miss Kimberly Wallace, and then Cameron Diaz is forced to sing karaoke.
Okay, we've talked about this.
And it's a great movie.
You need to come back now. You need to come back.
Well, you made it seem like I was talking about some crazy movie that nobody's seen. Okay, how about mud packing scars to remove the interference fields and toxins? Mud packing is great for scars, definitely. I would be doing...
Yeah,
for
but
myself, I would be mixing black gold.
Yeah, but unless you do, honestly, if you want to get rid of it, you've got to do the non-surgical that we do, and then you do the clapping, and then do the mud packing. That's the deal.
And you can mix a bit of black gold into it.
If you can't find someone to do that, then do the clapping first, and then the mud. Right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I would do like skin brushing, salt glow, clapping. Now, do you know how much blood circulation you've got going on here? Now do the mud. Yeah.
And you can mix, like I was saying, the black gold into it, and that's going to help just to bring in more nutrients as well. But yeah, mud packs are great for scars.
Yeah, they are.
Melanie from Facebook, something invisible is getting me. My husband doesn't believe me.
Well, guess what? Husbands don't want to believe anything that might cost money. And that's true. And also, that's really, we're geared that way. I know that, until you feel like you're not poverty and until you feel you're abundant, you don't want to hear about anything new.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And you know what? I don't know. Men, they're pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope men change, because if they don't, the world
I'm
will
not too
end.
sure what she means, though. Something invisible is getting me. My husband doesn't believe me.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, you know what? Here's the deal. Did you ever feel like you weren't yourself? Maybe. You know what? When you take on a negative belief, it needs to be fed. Didn't you ever say, I don't feel like myself today?
Of course.
I don't know. Maybe she's out of balance.
Okay.
I really don't know. Something invisible is getting me.
Give us a call, because I'm not too sure. But we can...
well, I'll tell you, your husband's not getting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would need more information to...
You know, the thing is what people do, and let's not blame the husbands, but if somebody says something to somebody and it's the first time they ever heard it, your subconscious is going to say, it's probably not true. Because your subconscious, which is 90% of your brain, doesn't want anything new. So we might call somebody narrow-minded, but they're not.
No.
It's the subconscious says, well, I never heard anybody had it before. At least if I would have heard somebody else say that, something invisible was getting them. Or what if 10 people did? What if 20 people did?
Well, no, like I could think of a lot of things that she means in regards to that. I just don't know which one is right. so I'm not going to make assumptions on what invisible is getting her.
But
Because it could be like Wi-Fi. Could be that Wi-Fi is affecting her. It's invisible. Or it could be an entity. It could be. We don't want to get into that, though. But yeah, anyway. If you would like a more concrete answer, give us a call.
I'm with you, girl. There's times in my life when I felt possessed. So, yeah. But give us a call.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to make humor out of it.
No, I want to understand it better.
We make humor out of everything. But the reality is,
my life is just a big joke.
We are here. We are here for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and we truly are. And I want to say that, guess what? Whatever you're dealing with, I guarantee you that if we haven't dealt with it already, we're probably dealing with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're real.
Yeah. Next one from Rebecca Renee Mural from Facebook. You suggested taking baking soda every day. How do you get it down? It's awful. Also, I was told I have high blood pressure because I only have one kidney.
That's not true. Drink enough structured water and get off inflammatory foods, and especially animal products. And baking soda, I said I take it every day.
Yeah.
I said that I think it would be therapeutic for everyone to take it every day because people can't handle their stress, right? And I can handle my stress, but I like baking soda, and I already know what baking soda is used for. You need to understand that there's a doctor in Italy, and he only uses baking soda to reverse cancer. So what does that tell you? So I don't care what anybody else says because I've been doing it for years, and it makes me feel good.
Yeah, I love it. I do it all the time.
When I sit under these lights here, okay, I mean, this is powerful stuff. You know, I am going to go in there and buffer down the acid.
Yeah.
So you know what? People will go, well, do you have scientific? Well, we actually do have scientific proof about the baking soda. But what about the proof of I've been doing it for 30 years or 40 years and I know what I'm talking about? You know, what about the proof that most research, not most, but a good part of research that pharmaceuticals do is a lie? What about that?
Yeah.
Prove, you know, so I want you to understand something. I want you to listen to your gut.
Well, her problem is she thinks it tastes bad.
Well, I know that, but...
So just dilute it more, or you could dilute it more, or you can do a shot of it and then chase water.
Put a shot into 2 to 3 ounces of water, shoot it down, and then chase it with the water.
So
That's
you can do it.
do.
You can do it either way: the shot and then the chase, or bigger dilution.
And I will tell you that the colder the water,
it doesn't taste as much. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's colder water, don't make it ice cold because then you cramp up your stomach. But make it more cooler water, and it won't be like that.
Yeah, when it's warmer, but it does like kind of activate it a bit more when it's warmer.
Well, I know,
but if we're avoiding for the taste, then yeah, you want to do it with the cooler water.
But I'll tell you something: when you believe in something, it tastes better, doesn't it?
Totally.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I said what I said.
Yeah.
If she started using this and it made her feel amazing, she wouldn't care about the taste.
You could even do could you do 1 drop of lemon lift essential oil in it to mask the taste a bit, or more? But
the lemon's going to activate it.
Yeah.
So you can use a couple drops of lemon lift, or you could use
fresh
baking
lemon.
soda. But if you use the fresh lemon and you squeeze that into the baking soda, drink it right away because it's going to make it fizz just like a bromo.
Yep.
And you want to drink that right away. Because you don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Right?
And some people will do it with apple cider vinegar as well.
Again, and you can do it with apple cider vinegar if you want.
Not going to taste as good. The lemon will taste better. And then she was asking about high blood pressure. And I just wanted to remind everybody that the bodyguards will regulate blood pressure as well. So anybody who asks questions about blood pressure today, the bodyguard is amazing.
And guess what? There's a show on the bodyguard on, I think it's on Sunday.
Yes, I believe
if you go to
so.
DocTalkshow.com, you'll be able to see the whole list. We have a whole string of shows on EMF, Wi-Fi coming down the tube.
Yeah, we talked about them at the beginning of the episode as well, so you can always go to the beginning to get the times and dates. I'll mention them again at the end of the show too.
Yeah.
On intercom, Anuradha is the divine vine more essential or pineal for an X triple negative breast cancer patient? I would do divine vine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It goes more to the hormonal part and the emotional part.
Yeah, it's going to promote good feelings and really help regulate.
And you know, of all the cancers, ovarian and breast are the most emotional cancers that a woman can have.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that you're emotionally I don't mean it that way. There's a lot of emotional attachment to these two cancers.
Totally. They're nurturing areas. So intercom from Sally. Would the daily cleansing tea and your other products possibly help a teenager with alopecia areata, also known as spot baldness?
Yeah, it definitely would.
That's an autoimmune disorder.
Well.
But
okay, so I would have the teenager doing the patting and the clapping.
Yeah.
And I bet you if you also take a look at this teenager, you're going to see that they're a high stress monkey. Okay, and if they're not, they keep it and hold it all in. Okay,
yeah.
I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my mind. Right? I'm serious.
Yeah.
Okay, the day that we stop making physical conditions physical and we make them psychological will be the day that we have the biggest breakthrough in health. That's it.
Yeah.
So if I were to talk to this boy, girl,
totally what it is. Just thinking about teenage years. Every kid wants to
He's
pull their hair out at one point.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't blame him, okay? All right?
Especially with today's society.
Yeah.
But consultation would be amazing. Get those emotions
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll talk to him for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't mean only 10 minutes, but give me 10 minutes on Skype. If you want to contact us, I'll do 10 minutes on Skype. And let me just talk to him. And it's not about it's not the doctor wants to talk to you. It's about a friend wants to help you. Okay?
Yeah. Next one from Dora Walter, live from Facebook. What about taking borax every day? What's your take on borax? It's like boron. So it's you can totally do it. It's amazing. It's an important mineral that we need for our optimal function of our bodies. I've actually never taken it myself, but I've heard amazing things. So I'm not too sure exactly how you do take it. I think it's similar to the I think it's similar to baking soda, how you do the baking soda.
Yeah.
But it is really beneficial and really awesome to do. But I would just because we aren't 100% well versed in it, I would talk to somebody who knows how to take it properly.
Well, yeah, I would.
Right?
Because we're not the ones.
I know Marcel, I think, has
Marcel
taken
does
it.
Yeah,
so we can always ask him.
Yeah, but he takes everything.
He is the ultimate taker of things.
Okay, all right.
All right. Paulus Walker, live from Facebook, asks, can anything be done with inclusion body myositis, a progressive muscular disorder characterized by muscle inflammation and weakness and atrophy wasting?
Okay, first of all, you know what? Have you had enough yet? Have you had enough of the names? Have you had enough of, so depending on a person's personality, depending on their environment externally, depending on the environment, meaning the things that they think, the things that they drink, the things that they eat, will create a certain new condition. And what she's got muscle wasting. So we know. And myositis. What is that? Muscle inflammation.
Body, in the whole body.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it's the whole body.
It does matter. But muscle inflammation.
Yeah.
And so it's through the whole body. So what is that? That's systemic. So she's blowing out.
Yeah.
So she's blowing out on a psychological and a physical level.
And a nutritional level.
And if we were to take a look at this, we would go, hey, girl, slow down here. Slow down. And let's take a look at how hectic her life is.
I would really do a consultation.
I guarantee you that she's freaking out and going, who do I see next? Because I'm dying.
It's all over my whole body.
Yes. And I'm not, there's nothing wrong with her. It's a dysfunctional system. And when you don't know something and it's your physical vehicle falling apart, I mean, just think of you bought a brand new car. What if, you went out there and the wheel was falling off, and then you were driving along and the mirror fell off, and then the seat got loose. And
I wouldn't be happy.
Well, that's her body.
I would breathe through it, but I wouldn't be happy.
I don't think so. I think you would just fall apart. Anyway, so I understand.
Yeah.
So, again, we're not telling you that we're your answer, but, if you want to give us a call, right, we can talk about it, and then you can decide if you want to go further with us.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just say this right now. There's pretty well nothing that we can't turn around if you believe in you, and if you could remember what created you. You forgot that. And you know what? You let mankind, who's not kind, blow your mind. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Next question from Ilana Rimmer Harrison on Facebook. honestly, do you really think we can stop Big Pharma, Monsanto, and all the others? I would like to know if the government is immune to all of this. Do they have their own pharma? Sometimes I even wonder if organic is truly organic. Don't we get sprayed from above?
Wow.
So, I believe we can stop them because I believe good always beats evil. So yes, I believe it.
Well, what stop what? You know what? What are we going to stop?
Well, no, we're gonna just
okay,
we're just gonna what we're gonna do. Let me explain what my thing is.
Oh, here we go.
So we're not gonna stop them. We're just gonna start doing all of the things they don't do and preach it and practice it and get everybody on board with the right thing so that nobody goes to them anymore.
We're going to put them out of a job.
Exactly.
But here's the reality. You need to understand that your government has never worked for you. And that, did you ever notice that the higher up you get in government, the more corrupt you are? Okay, take a look at our good friend Bill Gates, how he's in Africa vaccinating everyone, and he's got lawsuits going down right now. So, and I'm not even going to go down that road, but I'm just trying to tell you something.
All a part of it. But the government has working bees for them too. It's just the higher up people that would be immune to it, I guess you would say.
Well, let's put it this way. Government works for corporations, and corporations work for the elite, and the elite really don't care about the majority, right? Okay, so the reality is mind your own business and get yourself well, and like Abby said, she hit it right on the head. Let's put them out of work. Okay, we don't need them. Okay, let's go back to nature.
Yep.
Right? And you know what? Do you ever notice something? We're all freaking out for the next test. I haven't been for a test since I was 18 years old, 16 years old. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't go for any tests. Why do you need to be tested? What do you need to be tested for? You know what? If the whole stress of going for tests and then getting these tests, and you know what? I guarantee if I went for a test, enough of their tests, they'd find something.
That's what they're doing. They're seeking
and searching. If they don't
and searching.
find something, they're not going to be able to sell something. Right? So I'm not telling you not to go to tests either.
Yeah, but it all comes back to that. They're all, everybody is trying to sell you something. And organic, yes, we're risking the chance that it isn't fully organic.
It's getting stricter and buy local, and then make sure you get a structure unit and just structure it. And if you have a Bioptron, use the light on it.
And you're still better off buying organic than not organic, even with what they spray in the skies from the chemtrails and things like that.
And you're a lot better off to buy vegetables and soak them in structured water or spray them and not buy processed foods with chemicals in them. So everybody's ridiculous. Well, if I can't buy organic because I can't afford it, then I'm just going to buy processed food.
No. Don't do it that way.
No.
Definitely buy commercial if you can't afford organic and soak it with the structured water. And even baking soda will pull out the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. If you soak them for 15 minutes, it'll neutralize it all. So there's so many ways to protect ourselves from everything.
And I have to tell you, I have a lot of people on my show that have viewpoints and that are really up against the government and things of that nature. But aren't we getting even sick of even talking about them? They're not going to get better. So if you could just take all that beautiful energy you have and funnel it into yourself and that beautiful family of yours and just forget everything else, okay? And use your imagination and create the life for you and your family that you've always wanted. And that's it. You know what? They're going to keep on trying to freak you out. And they're going to keep on promising you, but never delivering. Okay?
Yeah, just chasing that carrot.
Love and health is a self-serve job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, on November 20th, Laura Weir from Facebook asked, is Shaw cable a better option and not the same as wireless modems through TELUS? Where do we get this information on how to wire everything in the house? I don't know if that was a question from one of the Wi-Fi shows.
Well, you can, yeah, it was.
Okay.
So you can, if you go back and watch the Dr. Magna Havas show that I did on Wednesday, she and also even on the Q&A on Thursday,
right?
She actually tells you where you can go. Oh, geez, she's got it on her website.
Okay, so Magna Havas.
She even said it. Dr. Magna Havas. She has it on her website.
Okay.
And she tells you how to hardwire the house.
Yeah. So if you search Dr. Magda Havas, MAGDAHAVAS.
Okay.
And on November 21st.
How many more do we have?
Not many. I think 3.
I got a pack because I'm
Me too. Yvette Hodge from Facebook asked, what exactly do you mean by crowd control? To zap or increase
that's from
radiation?
there.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not going to do these.
Okay.
So these are from the show.
Okay.
Yeah, what kind of?
They all are then.
No, keep going. Go to the bottom.
What are the best things we can use? Okay, this one. Well, we can answer this just because I have an answer. Kimberly Wallace. Sorry. What are the best things we can use and wear to protect our bodies from all of this radiation? Sounds like we need a foil bodysuit. The hat isn't going to cut it anymore. You don't need a foil bodysuit. You just need a bodyguard.
Yeah, and also if you want to protect your home, take a look at Wi-Fi. You can watch the video this weekend.
Yep.
But we have 12 Wi-Fis coming on sale, and they're on for 40% off.
Yeah.
That's just once a year we're going to do this. So, but check out the Wi-Fi because that's a scalar system, and it will totally collapse all 5G, 4G Wi-Fi in the home, and you'll feel it. And then this is a bodyguard that you wear when you go out, and all about.
Yeah,
okay?
and when you
then on the
sleep,
cell phone, you see this here? That's that little chip. It's inexpensive. That'll reduce cell phone EMF by 98%.
There we go. That's why it's okay in my hand right now. Next one is from Rosacker from Facebook. What's your view on blood clots that form for no known reason, according to doctors? I have Hashimoto's and gene mutation, for instance, MTHFR, which is, if people don't know what that is already, it's a genetic mutation which doesn't allow the breakdown of amino acids to go into folate, basically. So the blood clots caused, I don't know if it would be the gene mutation or Hashimoto's that caused that.
I don't believe it's either. And I believe that it's the other thing she's doing that caused the Hashimoto's plus that.
Totally.
And, has she had it like a nutrition detective? Start off in the morning, go through the day with her, see what she's been doing. Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And see what she's been doing. And then, blood clotting is where the cells stick together. So we know that EMF does that.
I was going to say EMF, dehydration.
Dehydration. We know that alcohol does that. Okay, we know that prescription drugs does that.
Yep.
We know that eating too many animal products does that. Constipation does that. So, you know what? So here we got silver bullet therapy. She's on the lookout for someone to find a silver bullet solution, and there is no silver bullet solution. There's only one solution, and that's you look at your mind and you look at your day. You look at how you think and the decisions you make, and then you look at what you drink, what you eat, and what is she doing? Has she got her breathing going?
Yeah.
I'm sure she's stressed out. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is how it goes. So image creates thought. Thought creates what?
Thought creates
emotion.
My brain is fried.
Emotion then creates what? A frequency. A frequency then causes the chemist, which is your brain, to allow chemicals. Those chemicals are either healing or destructive. So I don't care. There are so many things that are incurable. There are so many things that are genetic. And I just say, I call BS, dysfunctional belief systems. And I'm going to tell you right now, the day that you believe you have a genetic disorder and there's nothing you can do, the day that you're going to get sold off by the pound. And that's it. Okay?
Next up, and I think this is the last one. Oh, we have one more after this one. So second last question. Sarah Johnson on Facebook asks, how can I stop self-sabotaging myself every other day on overeating unhealthy toxic food? I have lots of your products, Structured Water, Cleansing Tea, Divine Vine, Fulvic, ATP, and the Avicin. I use my band on my wrist and do the breathing, yet I still self-sabotage myself every other day or so on binging unhealthy food.
Well,
what I would do, sticky notes all over your kitchen telling you, encouraging things to not do that.
What's her name?
Sarah.
So you're going to put, I will protect you, Sarah. I will respect you, Sarah. I will honor you, Sarah. I totally love you, Sarah.
I will make healthy choices, Sarah.
Yeah, and you want to do sticky notes all around at eye level, around every room in the house.
Especially your kitchen.
You know what? Take massive personal action. And then, you could go on and do Braveheart if you want it. We can give it to you for free. Braveheartfree.com. Go there, sign up. But actually, if you really want to change your life, and I mean really want to change your life, then you come and take the whole life coach certification.
Yeah.
And you know what? You'll become a nutritional, emotional coach. But the reality is, if you're not a nutritional emotional coach, how are you ever going to get yourself well? Why don't we move from patient to practitioner and call it a day?
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing, I noticed you are taking a lot of the products, which is amazing. The pineal elixir is really good for addiction. So if it's a bit of a food addiction, that could really help. But the Divine Vine should take care of it. But
and how come you don't like yourself? Let's make a list of why we don't like ourselves, and then let's make a list of the things we do like ourselves. And then let's take a look at the reason why we don't like ourselves, and ask ourselves, does that thought really serve us? And do you think it could be draining you? And do you think that you maybe have more negative thoughts than positive thoughts? And if you have negative thoughts, would you eat positively?
Probably not.
No, you'd eat negatively.
Yeah.
So you're going to eat to the vibration that you create. And the other thing is guess what? You actually don't like yourself. Okay, you might even hate yourself. And you hate yourself because you believe that come on, you're you. Why wouldn't we hate you? I hate you. Do you know what I mean? So we think that people think about this about us.
Yeah.
I've seen couples come and they've been together for 40 years. And we'll start I'll consult with the two of them, then I'll take them separate, and then we'll come back, and guess what? You know what we got to talk about? We got to talk about the things that she wouldn't tell him because she didn't want to hurt him, and he wasn't hurt by it. Or the things that she thought he was hurt by that they never wanted to talk about, but he forgot about. So what we think that other people are thinking, they're not really thinking. Our minds are prisoners. It creates that invisible jail cell, that judgment jail.
Yeah.
So you got to understand something. What I would say in a situation like this is don't trust your thoughts at all. And you said it right. Take massive action. Start doing mirror work. What's her name?
That one is from Sarah.
Sarah. So you're going to look in the mirror. You're never going to go into the bathroom again. You're never going to start the car again or get out of the car. So you got to do it twice. And you're never going to go into the bathroom again. Excuse me, unless you do this. Sarah, today and every day, the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will love you, protect you, honor you, respect you, but I will love you first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. And every time you say that, you say it more serious, with more intent, with more heart, and look right into your eyes and practice that. You know what? You're going to feel goofy for a while, and then I guarantee you start crying. You're actually going to start crying because you're going to find out that you've been trying to kill yourself. And anybody that has an eating disorder is trying to kill themselves. Did you get that?
Yep.
Anybody that has a drug problem is trying to kill themselves. Anybody that's on pharmaceutical drugs is a drug addict, and you're actually trying to kill yourself. Why? You're trying to shut yourself down. So even though I can't take the pain anymore, so I'm going to numb out. So even though you don't feel the pain, you break the gut-brain connection. So now you're creating inflammation, scar tissue formation, displaced calcium, and you're still aging, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. And you're stealing energy from your body that you don't even have to give. It's like that Visa card. You're not making any payments of love, self-love. You're not making any payments of self-care. So one day you're just going to blow, girl. And guess what? Nobody's going to give a crap. They're going to miss you. Why did that ever happen? We didn't know it was happening. Who would have known? Nobody knows that you're hating on yourself because guess what? Your whole family's doing the same thing. You show me somebody that totally loves themselves, and I'll show you somebody that's having the best time of their life, and they're not hurting anyone on this planet. Nothing. You show me someone that will not honor total self-love, and I'll show you someone that is hurting themselves and hurting their family. Because if you're hurting yourself, your family's hurting because of it. And if you're not willing to love yourself, then you grew up thinking that, guess what? My family will fill up my heart. The world will fill up my heart. Good luck. That's a bus that's never coming. That's only going to bust. You're going to bust.
All right. Next one from Carla Cerezi Bishop from Facebook. How do you heal interstitial cystitis? which is a chronic condition causing bladder pressure, bladder pain, and sometimes pelvic pain.
You go to Costco.
And you get some Depends.
That's right. There's a whole aisle now. There's an aisle for men and women, and it's the whole aisle long. I'm actually, you know what I wanted to do, and I'm not going to do it. When I get back from Mexico, I'm going to go to Costco and do a one a day.
Do a one a day there.
Yeah.
So for your interstitial cystitis,
I'm just trying to tell you that that's how bad it is.
That's what you'll be told to do, but we'll give you some better tips.
Today, you know that when you're walking in the mall, you know that probably 1 out of every 10 to 20 women and men are pooping and peeing themselves right then.
That just gave me a whole new outlook when I go shopping.
So understand something. You look after your plumbing. And understand something. You're not going to have cystitis if you looked after your bowel.
Yeah. And also, of course, bowel. Doing a pelvic clearance abdominal lift can be very amazing for that.
Yeah.
If you've been getting like bladder infections, UTIs over the years, then we are going to have some scar tissue build up in the urethra and even in the ureters. So even when you come and check out here, like for myself, I had bladder infections a lot. I had a little fibroid attached to my ureter. Once we got rid of that, never had a problem. So there's
So are you getting any bladder infections at all anymore?
No, I haven't had any.
Not even when you get rowdy?
Never.
Really?
Seriously.
Okay.
Honestly,
all right, there it is.
There was a couple times.
If she could be healed from bladder infections,
this is a miracle.
She would be sitting in her office chair, almost crying, telling me to go work on her.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so was that 3 years ago now? The kidney infection? 3 years ago. I haven't had a bladder infection in 3 years. I've had tinges that go away that day. That's amazing.
Why? Because you've got to give it time.
Yep, muscle memory.
It's all programs. It's the tissue's already healed.
Yep.
But she has a program that if she does something, she's supposed to get a bladder infection, but the memory's just slowly erasing. Because you got to get this, guys. So first we have a belief, but when the belief gets done, when you keep on believing it, feeding it, it becomes a prominent belief. And when that's in your subconscious as a prominent belief, then after a while, every cell in your body, it accepts it as a habit. That's why you're able to dress yourself without thinking, make coffee without thinking, drive the car without thinking. And guess what? Abby could have a bladder infection without thinking. But not anymore because she's changed her thinking.
Yep.
There you go.
And my whole belief over it. I was programmed to think I'll always get a bladder infection no matter what I do.
And that is the most powerful thing right there.
Yeah.
There is the prescription of life.
Change your thoughts.
Change your thoughts, you change everything. Right. So invisible creates the physical.
I started telling myself every day I have a strong bladder. My bladder is healthy. I started doing affirmations for it after that kidney infection and totally reprogrammed that thinking. And there was still times where I would get that tinge and it would be like a day of that burning sensation and I would be like, oh no, it's gonna come. I would snap my band. I would say, you got this. And I would say I have a healthy bladder. And I would do a couple different therapies that I know is going to get rid of the problem and wake up the next day and there's nothing. So we really just have to take action and know that we hold the power to heal. That's really what it is. That's what it comes down to. But back to the interstitial cystitis, daily cleansing tea, the tummy love, fulvic acid, those are all going to just ensure everything is moving properly. We're eliminating the waste, we're nourishing the body, and then doing coffee enemas to help detox the toxic load out.
Pelvic squat, pelvic enhancer.
Belly button therapy. And then doing the pelvic clearance work would be...
Well, the pelvic clearance work with the non-surgical that we do, you'll hear crunching and cracking and snapping, and you're going to hear it all. You're going to feel it. Usually 2 little baby fish just sitting on either side of the bladder from all the inflammation over the years. Right?
And just drinking a lot of structured water, of course. We need that more than anything. And... curcumin cayenne to just bring inflammation down.
Soda,
and
things that are going to buffer and alkaline you. Okay. And just a basic perfect day diet.
Yep. Just making sure you're not doing any of the gluten, dairy, animal products, things like that.
And understand, until you take your bladder to the gym, like Abby said, enough times, long enough and strong enough, it only takes a little bit to tip it off. So the longer you are away from a habit, the more you've created a new one.
Totally. And one thing too with eliminating your urine, if you are dealing with this, make sure you eliminate frequently and like get rid of the waste, because if it's more obviously it's toxins
Well,
coming
no,
out.
but if you're drinking a lot of water and you've got a great diet, hold your urine as long as you can. Exercise the valve.
But if you have an infection, I'm saying,
get
rid of it instantly.
Get rid of it. Yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And look at doing the silver bullet.
Yeah,
you know,
and you can do with women. With women, we can do like vaginal suppositories.
Essential oils. Wow.
Yeah.
So do like lemon lift, super cinnamon.
In your drinking water, not in the suppository.
The orange burst.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
If you're gonna do a suppository with essential oils,
that would have been fun.
Do frankincense,
Yeah,
like
that's
one
right.
or two drops, not too much at the beginning. Orange, cinnamon, lemon in your drinking water.
Yeah. And you don't need much, just 1 or 2 drops.
Yeah.
And it's really going to help.
Would have been fun.
How are we doing?
We're done. All right. I'm just going to review the shows coming up for everybody because we are going into the weekend. So
yeah, but can I tell them something?
I guess so.
All right. I just wanted to tell you that Abby and I are going to do a Q&A for you next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be in Mexico.
Live from Mexico.
I'll be doing Mexico.
I'll be live from this room.
Okay? All right.
All right. So tomorrow we have 5G Terminator. And then on Sunday, November 24th, we have EMF Crystal Protection with Peter Webb. So that will be all about this. Monday, November 25th is Cell Phones and Brain Cancer with Dr. Howard Fisher. Tuesday, November 26th is Revitalize the Farm with Peter Webb. And then on Wednesday, November 27th, it's The Real Indiana Jones with Amazon John. And then on the Friday, we will be doing our live Q&A.
And that's
that.
And I'll show you my tan lines.
There we go. And I'll show you my pale lines.
There you go.
Actually, I've got some color still.
Yeah, I guess you do.
A little bit. What can you do?
Well, you know what? It's been really nice being with everybody. And thank you, everybody, for sending in the questions.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And just know this, and I really, truly mean this. We love you.
Yeah.
And we truly are family. And I know people say that, and then they turn your back on you. And but we really mean that, because we love ourselves enough that we can share it.
Totally.
It's when you don't really love yourself, it's really hard to hold the light. But understand something. So I want you to get that. I want you to love yourself enough that you don't need anyone to love you, but you're going to shine that light on your family. And when they have tantrums, you're just going to go, I love you anyway. So here's a big hug from you. And here's a big kiss. And 3, 2, 1.
Got this. Bye for now.
Bye for now. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.